It's time for exciting live and local sports action on Richmond's very own WBON TV, the leader in local sports television. Watch live on your big screen with the WBON TV Roku channel or by streaming the live player at WBONTV.com. And support these great local sponsors who support our community. Now, here.
Welcome to Madison Southern High School here on WBON TV, presented by Bishop Small Engine Repair of Richmond. We have coverage of the Madison Southern Eagles hosting the East Jessamine Jaguars. I'm Jamie Boggs here with John Bailey. John, it's a beautiful night for football.
It sure is, man. I love this view. This is one of the best views in Berea. You have the Madison Southern football field, which is a brand new field this year, the mountains in the background, and the weather is absolutely beautiful. Perfect
football weather, just cool enough for it not to be hot, just warm enough to where it doesn't sting that little extra long time after you take a hit off a helmet. Madison Southern coming into this game with a record of 1-5, looking to pick up their first district win of the season. East Jessamine coming in with a record of 0-6, trying to get in the win column for the first time. Should be a good district matchup here in District 7 and 5A here in Kentucky. Southern, I mean, the record's 1-5, John, but I don't think that speaks to how good they've been. They've lost a lot of close ones.
Yeah, I've talked to coaches before the game, and there's really no moral victories here in football, but you look at the record of this team, and it does not reflect the kind of team that this is. They are a hard-fighting team. They're an efficient team at times. They have been known to get themselves in trouble. We'll talk more about that in the pregame show later, but this is a good football team. It's just unfortunate that their record does not reflect that.
This is the Whitaker Bank pregame show. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky in Madison County. Nobody has more locations than Whitaker Bank. Visit whitakerbank.com to learn more about how Whitaker Bank can serve you. We are about 28 minutes till kickoff here in Berea, Kentucky. It's, again, just a beautiful facility here at Madison Southern. Got those awesome new LED lights, and I know this crowd is hoping to see them go off quite a bit tonight. And I think there's an additional piece to that puzzle, John, in the return of a big offensive player.
Yeah, I was able to talk with the coaches to get a personnel and injury update. And Stephen Whitehead is back for the Eagles this week. Stephen Whitehead injured first game of the year against Southwestern, and actually there was a piece of his neck that was broken, but he is recuperated enough. He is excited to play. I asked coaches how practice went this week, and they said he is ecstatic to be back. He's practiced hard all week, and he's going to be a big contributor both offensively and defensively for these Eagles.
Once again, with John Bailey, I'm Jamie Boggs here in the Gateway Cycles broadcast booth. Gateway Cycles located in Mount Sterling. When it's time to choose your next ride, visit gatewaycycles.com. John, we've talked all season about how Madison Southern still trying to find that offensive identity. They talk about being up-tempo. Some games they've relied on the run game. Other games they've gone to the air. And with some personnel changes here today, it's going to be interesting to see what that approach is going to be. We see that Ethan Woods is not dressed out for this game, so Jackson Chambers is going to be playing quarterback. And like you said, Stephen Whitehead back in at running back. Now, Juan Rodriguez has looked good back there. I don't know that Stephen Whitehead's just going to jump in and get all the carries.
Yeah, I would expect him to spread things out. I mean, a lot of those guys are playing both offensively and defensively, and they have a pretty solid backfield, Jamie. It wouldn't surprise me at all to see personnel come in for a series, come out for a series, because they're loaded. I mean, they have Rodriguez, Sullivan's back there taking some touches, so they're going to be okay in the backfield. But that quarterback change is going to be interesting to watch. I would say early in the game, you're going to be run heavy, especially with Whitehead back.
And don't forget that Stephen Whitehead was also the returning tackler from a season ago. So that could make a big difference, especially with Preston Williams out. Preston Williams currently leading this team with 66 tackles on the season, made a lot of big plays, a lot of hits in the backfield, but he is out due to injury. John, what did the coaches say about his injury?
Yeah, he's out on concussion protocol. Hopefully we'll have him back soon, but he is going to be out tonight. Eric Barnes, big defensive lineman. We say his name a lot. He's also going to be out tonight. So a lot of key pieces for these Eagles that are out tonight, but I do think they have enough depth that they're going to be okay against East Jessamine tonight. But I was talking to the coaches on the field earlier, and they said they are not overlooking this team at all. Southern Eagles 1-5, East Jessamine 0-6, but not overlooking who they are in their opponent tonight.
East Jessamine also had some close losses. 10-point loss to Rockcastle County, who's always good. 5-point loss to Shelby County. So they've been in a few of these games as well. Also have an injury report from East Jessamine. They're going to be without Landon Walton, who is starting tackle, and Skylar Plummer, who is one of their most important linebackers. Both of those players are going to be unavailable tonight. And running back and defensive back TK Braxton is going to play, but he's probably not at 100%. So a lot of injuries on both sides. This injury report is courtesy of Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy. Get yourself back in the game with help from Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy. Visit osptky.com to find out more. And as injuries play a big part in every team's season down the stretch, it's really about who's stepping up and who is going to fill in the gaps when those players are out. Jackson Chambers transferred back into Madison Southern around week 3, and he is a senior. He is an incredible athlete. He has seen some time in some later minutes in games at the quarterback position, so I think he's going to be an interesting piece to see how this game, maybe the next few, shape up.
Yeah, I was actually able to speak with him before the game, and he said that he feels like this week has been one of the best weeks of practice that they've had all year, and he thinks that everyone has finally realized that we have to lock in to win games. And he said tonight we plan on coming out and making a statement and putting together a full game and playing the way that we know we can. So he seems locked and loaded, and he thinks the team is more locked and loaded this week.
The game time temperature brought to you by Madison HVAC. It's 67 degrees heading into this. Going to get down to 49 tonight. Don't take your heating and air unit for granted. Trust Madison HVAC to take care of what keeps your family cool in the summer and warm in the winter. Visit MadisonHVACR.com to learn more. John, a lot to get to in this pregame show. A lot more to talk about as far as keys to the game, stars to watch. So we are going to take a 3-minute break, and then we'll be right back with more coverage live on WBON TV.
I'm Michelle. And I'm Jennifer. And in the spring of 1992, Bishop Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Cupcadet, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop Small Engine Repairs, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond.
We can't wait to see you.
Fayette County Corrections is seeking to fill several positions now. The pay is great along with a long list of benefits and incentives, but the relationships created on the job are one thing that can't be taken for granted.
It allowed me to kind of gather in that family feel, the feel of camaraderie along with my fellow officers, and to get to know people, as to see them flourish in their career, and to be an opportunity to try to help them along the way to share my experiences.
Apply today at lexingtonky.gov/correctionsjobs.
Whether you're in the market for a brand new Chevrolet, you're looking for a pre-owned quality vehicle, or your family car is in need of service by our GM certified technician, Jack Burford has what you need. Come to Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond for all of your automotive needs. Family owned and operated since 1964, Jack Burford Chevrolet is your hometown Chevrolet dealership. Check us out at jackburford.com or come in and see us today. We are located on the EKU bypass across the street from Walmart.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
When you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Jerry Goebel in Richmond today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Orthopedic and Sport Physical Therapy will help guide you on your road to recovery.
It is our mindset, a spirit driven to excellence to help people heal faster and better.
If you have pain or an injury, or you need experts in sports medicine, Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy is your best choice in rehabilitation, and you have direct access.
In most cases, you do not need a referral to any of our 7 locations serving the region.
Just give OSPTKY a call. Visit our website at osptky.com to find the location nearest you.
Do you have dripping registers like this? Drywall issues like this? High humidity can cause a very uncomfortable and sometimes damaging environment. It doesn't matter the age of your system. Improper installation and sizing are the failure. Here at Madison HVAC, we look at your home as a complete system, not just the pieces of equipment attached to your house. Give us a call today at 859-625-1471 so we can provide your solution. And remember, we fix that too.
Citizens Guaranty Bank makes banking on the go a breeze. Banking on the go has never been easier with options like balance inquiries, make payments from any mobile device, transfer funds between accounts, activate or deactivate a card with just a tap. And with mobile checking deposit, you can deposit checks straight into your eligible checking account using your iPhone, iPad, or Android device. Take advantage of all these fast, convenient, and secure services of Citizens Guaranty Bank. Mobile carrier charges and rules and restrictions may apply. See bank for details. Citizens Guaranty Bank, member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
Want to make dinner a true winner? This is temptation times 12. Get the ultimate family meal at Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken with our 12-piece family meal at a great price. Only at Lee's, famous for chicken.
We're back here at Berea, Kentucky, as we get this beautiful view of the mountains there in the background as we sit here at Madison Southern waiting for kickoff. On coverage brought to you by Bishop Small Engine Repair of Richmond. I'm Jamie Boggs of John Bailey on WBON TV. As the Madison Southern Eagles are starting their second district game of the season against the East Jessamine Jaguars. John, any district game is a big game. So what do you think are some keys here that are going to help Southern win the game?
Yeah, I think looking at offensive plays for East Jessamine, their quarterback is a guy who not only can stay in the pocket and get some passes out, he's also their lead rusher. So let's look at passing. He's had 6 games. He's been the only quarterback that East Jessamine's played. He's had 60 completions out of 128 pass attempts, so just a little bit shy of 50% accuracy there. He's had 819 yards, so approaching that 1,000-yard mark is a big deal, but he's also their leading rusher, 166 total yards for the season on 75 attempts. It's a lot of attempts for a quarterback, Jamie, so I do anticipate him running the ball quite a bit. The next leading rusher behind him, Sean Reed. So, Jamie, I think key to the game is contain Heisel. If they can do that defensively, I think the Eagles are going to be in good shape in this game.
Yeah, you're right. That's a lot of time to have the football in your hands. As you're watching on TV here, we have the Madison Southern High School junior dance team performance happening out in the middle of the field as East Jessamine continues to prepare. Josh Cole, assistant coach for East Jessamine, someone I was able to connect with this week, says their keys of the game are really physicality, try to match Southern's physicality up front, and just to keep fighting. Again, they're 0-6. They've lost some close games. It's tough to stay motivated and to keep fighting, and they need to do that. These keys of the game brought to you by Jack Burford Chevrolet. Get the keys to your next ride at Jack Burford Chevrolet on the Eastern Bypass in Richmond. Visit Jack Burford to see the entire inventory. And you're right, John. Last week, I know it wasn't on WBON, but Madison Southern went up to Collins and Shelbyville and really struggled to contain the running game there. And I will say the Collins quarterback was an incredible athlete.
Yeah, I think he is going to be playing on Saturdays in the next couple of years. And, man, he was a hard guy to contain. I talk about Sullivan all the time, how fast he's able to kick it in overgear, or overdrive. The quarterback from Collins, as soon as he takes off, is 10 or 15 yards down the field.
He was often in the second level of Southern's defense before they even realized what was happening. And I don't know that we're going to see that with Heisel tonight, but I do think that's an important lesson from last week that the Eagles can bring into this week to add to their game plan. Now, what about who are we watching to step up here tonight, John? We talked about several players being out, some coming back. Tonight's Star Watch sponsored by Jerry Goebel, State Farm Insurance. For me, I feel like, and you can argue with me if you want, I know the offensive line is important. I know how important defense is. I feel like the quarterback largely is the most important position on the field. So to me, we're looking for Jackson Chambers to step up in his first start of the season and make a big difference in the outcome of this game. So like a good neighbor, State Farm is there, just like Jackson Chambers is for Madison Southern, like Jerry Goebel, State Farm Insurance on Facebook to learn more.
Yeah, it's unfortunate Ethan Wood's not playing tonight, but I think Chambers is a guy who, is a phenomenal athlete. He's going to find a way to do some good things for the Eagles tonight, but I do think Ethan Woods was really coming into his own, really starting to get a good feel for the game offensively. So it is going to be interesting to watch Chambers to see how that flow picks up, if he's able to just come in and be natural, or if it's going to take throughout the ball game to get him acclimated to what he's doing.
Again, this is the Whitaker Bank pregame show here. It's uniquely Kentucky. In Madison County, nobody has more locations than Whitaker Bank. Visit whitakerbank.com to learn how Whitaker Bank can serve you. And, John, I know that coaches have their philosophy. You have your offensive philosophy. It's a set you like to run. What's your scheme, right? But there has to be an element for a coach to base that around the talent. There has to be an element of, yes, I want to do these things, but can I do them with who I have? So how do you balance what you think is an effective scheme with who you have available on the field?
Yeah, and I think the answer to that is just what you said. You have to find a way to get the ball in your best player's hands. So you may philosophically have an approach to the game, but if you don't have the personnel for it, you scratch that and you go to the plan that gets the ball in those skill players' hands that are going to be, getting positive yards each and every time they touch the ball.
And while there are several skill players that have been consistent, you mentioned Cade Sullivan, Jay-Sean Etheridge, Juan Rodriguez producing on the offensive side. We were also getting Stephen Whitehead back, adding Jackson Chambers into the mix. So the coaching staff has gone from adjusting all of their scheme and play design around having Ethan Woods out there, not having Stephen Whitehead. So there's going to be some adjustment, I think, throughout the game that we see tonight of them figuring out the best way to use these guys in this offense.
Have we seen Chambers play quarterback in the game? As sometimes in the second half of games he'll go in and do some work. So I think he's athletic enough that it's going to be okay.
He has. I mean, just looking at stats, he's 3 for 9 passing for 18 yards, and that was really at the end of a couple games. So I think it's hard to judge him on that. He also has 2 carries for 6 yards and a couple 2-point conversions out of that hinge formation. He's generally the holder and the quarterback lined up in the hinge formation when they first set up with the line off to the side. So he has shown that he can run the football, and I think that may be something that we see more of tonight from the quarterback position. Chambers has also played a lot of defense. He's got 11 tackles, with 5 of those being solo, 1 tackle for loss. So he's been an important player throughout, and he's going to have to really focus. And coming in the last few days, I think he's known he's going to be getting the start. So to be locked in and to be ready to play. I mentioned East Jessamine really just trying to keep the fight and to stay focused on being physical and playing their game to stay in these games. And Coach Cole told me that some of their experienced guys are really going to have to step up. He's looking at guys like Cameron Castillo, Picasso Williams, and Alize Gerling to step up and lead this younger guys, because East Jessamine is very much a younger team. And while they've improved each week, we're looking at a pretty experienced team over here for Madison Southern. So it's all about balance once again of them figuring out who are we going to be, who's our personnel, and who our leaders are going to be that are going to take this team to the next level.
Looking around at the stadium as things are starting to fill in, seats are starting to get a little packed. Our student section, man, they've been here for 20 or 30 minutes just rocking out. They're rocking some orange painted faces tonight. You gotta love to see it.
Yeah, if you can, I'm sure we'll see some of that paint throughout the game, as it looks like somebody just had an orange paint car wash, and all the students decide to run through it. All the cheerleaders rocking the orange paint, as well as a big part of the fan section. The officials out on the field here. We're about 10 minutes from kickoff, so Madison Southern's about to come out and do their final warm-ups. And we are going to take one more 3-minute break for the pregame show, and we'll be back to get this game started on WBON TV.
Chenault Vineyards has become a premier destination in Richmond for family and friends looking for fun and entertainment. The vineyard sits on 500 acres with breathtaking views and several different things for you to enjoy while you're there. Live music, tastings, tours, a walking trail, or maybe you'd like to host your own event at the vineyard. Visit ChenaultVineyards.com to check out the complete list of upcoming events. Like them on Facebook to stay informed, or like Chenault Vineyards on Instagram.
At Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, we value our patient relationships, making it our priority to deliver the gentle, compassionate care that you deserve from a dentist. We offer patients single-visit restoration on crowns, bridges, inlays, onlays, and veneers with CERAC. Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry is equipped to handle all your dental needs, from implants, teeth whitening, root canal therapy, and more. For your next dental appointment and for more details on lip filler and Dysport specials, call Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry at 859-985-0201.
Looking for some fun this fall? The Galaxy Bowling Center has a league for you. No matter your skill level, you can come out, make some new friends, and have a great time. Call 624-4444 for details. Or, if you're more of a trivia person, Champions Bar and Grill has you covered every Tuesday, starting at 7 with great prizes and all-you-can-eat wings for only $19.99. Why go anywhere else? The Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, your ticket to fun just off I-75, exit 87 in Richmond.
It's the common thread that ties us together, making life better for everyone. At CVNB, that means better banking, better accounts and lending, better experiences, better schools and better communities. Better. It's what ties us together. CVNB. Bank better.
Gateway Cycles in Mount Sterling has the largest showroom in Central Kentucky with all the power sports products you can dream of for your next adventure. Gateway Cycles has a qualified, certified service department, friendly sales staff so you can ride free and play hard. Local people serving local people. We are here to make your dream a living adventure. Stop in and see us today at Gateway Cycles in Mount Sterling or visit us at gatewaycycles.com.
Need a physical for school or work? Need it right away? No problem. Berea Urgent Care has 2 convenient locations along with late hours to meet your needs. They're affordable too. Physicals at Berea Urgent Care only $20. DOT and CDL physicals are only $65. Berea Urgent Care number 1 by Walmart is open every day 9 to 9. Berea Urgent Care number 2 by Berea Drug open Monday through Friday 10 till 6. No appointment necessary. Berea Urgent Care, here when you need us.
We're back here at Madison Southern High School in Berea, Kentucky on WBON TV. Coverage brought to you by Bishop Small Engine Repair of Richmond. I'm Jamie Boggs here with John Bailey as the Madison Southern Eagles are about to take on the East Jessamine Jaguars. The captains for Southern about to take the field here for the coin toss from left to right on the screen. If we can zoom in on the captains, be number 41, Stephen Whitehead. Number 52, Keaton Miller. Number 11, Jay Sean Etheridge. And number 2, Cade Sullivan. A big senior group, a group of seniors here for Madison Southern. And we're kind of winding down the schedule here, John. We're more than halfway through. 4 more games until the end of the regular season. East Jessamine at home today. Next week at Woodford County, back here hosting West Jessamine on the 14th. Finally get a bye week.
Yeah, I feel like we are 3 weeks away from 3 weeks ago we needed the bye week, but here we are, and but it's getting there. We're getting there.
Yeah, so I said 4 weeks. It's 4 games, but 5 weeks because that bye week is going to come right before that final game up at Franklin County. Looking at the captains taking the field for East Jessamine. Looks like we have number 2, Cameron Smith, I believe. 24, Jaylee Cockrell. 52, Picasso Wiggins. And having trouble making out that other number. But we got about 5 minutes till kickoff. They're about to go and flip the coin for possession here early in this game. Looks like the other's number 56, Colton Lee. John, you win the toss. I mean, I feel like most people have an immediate answer to that. What do you do?
I like getting the ball first. I know a lot of folks, and I like in the game when you have that middle period where you can potentially score before going to halftime, get the ball back right after halftime, and potentially put up a lot of points in just a short amount of time. But I don't know. I'm an offensive guy, so I like getting the ball first and just, seeing what we can do offensively. Yeah. What do you like to do?
Yeah, offensive is a word I've heard describe you. So just for strategic reasons, I love the idea of the possibility happening for my team to score at the end of the second quarter and then get the ball right back. Back-to-back possessions, ending the second quarter and starting the third. I'm always going to defer. If the other team wants the ball first, that's great, but I'm going to want it at the beginning of the second half.
And I think if I'm a head coach or a player, that's what I'm going to pick too. But I just love anytime my team has a chance to have the ball. So get it first and go, man. But no, you're right. I absolutely agree with you.
There's also something to be said for getting out there. If you can get on offense, you put points on the board, you put pressure on the other team. You get out there and punch them in the mouth, and they got to make a decision there. So I totally get that philosophy, and I think some teams do that. They will take the ball. But I don't know how much of that we've actually seen this season. As the coin has been flipped, Madison Southern is going to defer to the second half after winning the flip. I assume that East Jessamine is going to accept the ball, and they will be moving right to left on our screen here to kick this off. About 3 minutes away from kickoff. John, let's talk about some stats for Madison Southern. As we look at who's been contributing offensively, how that may change tonight. Stephen Whitehead, still the 3rd leading rusher on the team, and he's only played 2 games.
Isn't that kind of remarkable?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but we have Juan Rodriguez definitely in the lead, 415 rushing yards, 66 carries. Behind him, we have Cade Sullivan, 38 carries, 219 yards. And then, there's that Stephen Whitehead who hasn't played majority of the season with 96 rushing yards, and then it kind of falls off after that.
But he's still tied for the lead in rushing touchdowns for the team after sitting out the last 4 games as we look over the tunnel waiting on Madison Southern to take the field. And the music starts blasting. Those LED lights are going, and Inner Sandman starts to build up as the players prepare to make that big break out of the tunnel. About 2 minutes from kickoff here in Berea on WBON TV. Once again, coverage brought to you by Bishop's Small Engine Repair of Richmond. Madison Southern taking on East Jessamine in their second district game of the season. East Jessamine taking the field. They lost to West Jessamine 53-25 last week. Both teams 0-1 in district play, looking to get rid of that 0 and crack into the win column. Madison Southern waiting for that drop in the music. Do you feel like you get as fired up about this now as you did when you were in high school, John?
Not as much, but man, it's close. I love hearing this music. I love seeing the lights, and I love seeing Madison Southern come out of the tunnel because that means it's football time in Berea. Madison Southern hoping to get that second win on the season and keeping East Jessamine with a 0-7 record to end the night.
Juan Rodriguez out there in center field with that big hammer. And then Stephen Whitehead leads the team onto the field. 1 minute to kickoff. Madison Southern wearing all orange uniforms. East Jessamine wearing all white. Once again, Southern will be kicking off from left to right if you're watching on WBON TV. And thanks to all of our wonderful sponsors that help us put these on the air each week. I mentioned Bishop Small Engine Repair, CT Diesel Performance, Galaxy Bowling Center, Jerry Goebel State Farm, Orthopedic Sport and Physical Therapy, Berea Urgent Care, Berea Farm Bureau, Raider Mayo and Hordsby, Bluegrass Marble and Granite, Jack Burford Chevrolet, Gateway Cycle, Chenault Vineyard, Citizens Guarantee Paint,
Jones Family
thanks,
Cosmetic Dentistry, Batteries Unlimited,
Running out of
Fayette
air.
County Corrections, Madison HVAC, Nuera Velertro. I'm sorry.
Nuevo Vallarta. You took over at the wrong time.
I'm a
wonderful Mexican
redneck.
food.
Whitaker Bank, Berea Ace Hardware, Madison County EMA, CSEP, and Lee's Famous Recipe in Berea. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Couldn't be here without you. We wouldn't want to be here without you. But Jamie, East Jessamine taking the field, Madison Southern set to kick off, and I'm going to turn it over to you for the play-by-play.
Absolutely. Madison Southern looking to set the tone defensively. As I mentioned earlier, Coach Josh Cole from East Jessamine says that the Jaguars are really looking to match the physicality of the Eagles, and I will say that offensive line, defensive line of the Eagles is one of the strengths of the team. We have Kimonte Braxton and James Burbage back. And the kick is up. It's a squib kick. It's going to be picked up toward the middle of the field. Ultimately, it's going to be picked up by Braxton, who's going to go up the middle and be brought down shortly thereafter. And the Jaguars will have possession at the 33-yard line to start this game off.
Not bad starting position off that squib kick by Madison Southern. So we're going to see how this offense does. Jamie, I'm watching Heisel. Seems like the ball's going to be in his hands a lot of this game. 75 rushing attempts for the season so far.
Also likes to throw the ball quite a bit, and he's going to come out with no running backs joining him in the backfield. Trips left, 2 receivers to the right of Justin Heisel. Madison Southern ready to defend the pass. Heisel's going to look left out in the flats. It's not there. He's going to step up and run up the middle and find some space for ultimately be brought down by Cade Sullivan after a gain of 11 yards and a first down for the Jaguars.
Yep, you could see Heisel go through his progressions, didn't see anything. Secondary was doing a good job covering everything up. And he took off and made an 11-yard gain just like that to start off the drive for East Jessamine.
Really good pocket presence. And, you know, as a defense, you see it's a pass and you have to get in your coverage space. Whether if you're in a zone, you have to get to a spot. If you're in man, you have to cover your guy. And sometimes that leaves the quarterback open. That's what we saw there. Got a running back in motion. And Heisel's just going to take it up the gut on a draw play, and this time he's only going to get 1 yard.
Yep, he was tripped up as he hit the line of scrimmage there by that athletic defensive line by Madison Southern, and not a long game, so it's going to be second and long. But 2 plays, 2 quarterback carries.
That was, let's see, lost my roster sorting there. That was number 1, Dante Parker Morton, who went in motion on that carry, and he split out to the left alongside Nathan Rice and Isaac Johnson. 2 running backs in the backfield. Heisel's going to take the snap and pitch out to the left, and he's going to be hit in the backfield. Great tackle there by Ethan Moore, who shot in the backfield like a dart and brought down the runner for a loss of 6 yards.
Yeah, what a great defensive play by Ethan Moore. Jamie, I don't think anybody touched him. He flew off the ball and able to get in the backfield and be disruptive.
And to read the play that quickly and to get across the line of scrimmage from the safety position to make that play was just phenomenal. Now we're looking at a 3rd and 15 for the Jaguars. Heisel running back with him. He's going to take the snap, look right. Some good pass rush. He's going to get the pass off, and it's going to be picked off.
Intercepted by number
Cade Sullivan.
Cade Sullivan. That ball was tipped, and Sullivan able to get right there and pull it down, bring up a huge defensive turnover for the Eagles.
And that's a huge play there, because let's say that falls incomplete, then East Jessamine's going to get a chance to punt and really flip the field here and pin Madison Southern back in their own territory. But now Madison Southern's going to take over
from
here
the 46-yard line.
46 with Jackson Chambers stepped back. Wide receivers in close. Juan Rodriguez starting at running back. He's going to flip it forward to Jay-Sean Etheridge around right end. So he's got some space, looking for a cutback. He's going to break a couple tackles, be tackled for a gain of about 6.
Not a bad first play for the Eagles. A good little 6 yards makes it an easy 2nd and 4. You got 2 plays to get that first down, and putting up 6 will make that a little easier for the Eagles.
Again, that's a formation we haven't seen a ton of. All the wide receivers were in really close to the ball. This is more traditionally what we've seen from the Eagles. Doubles to the left. Juan Rodriguez in the backfield. And Chambers looks left, gets it to Etheridge, and he's trying to get around the corner again, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds right at the first down marker. We'll see what the official calls it. First down, Eagles. There's a nice little hitch pass, just hit him almost like a wide receiver screen, and Etheridge made it all happen with his feet.
White House 20, Eagles, first down.
1st and 10 for the Eagles. Chambers takes the snap and hands off to Sullivan, who's going to break a tackle, and he's going to be brought down after about a gain of 6.
It was a good second effort by Sullivan to keep those feet churning as he's getting hit, and picked up a few more yards after contact.
Keaton Lopez, R.J. Blair in the game, as well as Jay-Sean Etheridge and Isaac Moore. Again in that bunch formation close to the line of scrimmage. Cade Sullivan in the pistol behind Jackson Chambers. He's going to come up beside him. Chambers is going to take the snap. We're going to get a whistle.
Looks like it's going to be a false start on Madison Southern. We saw some movement there amongst the wide receivers.
False start. It's going to take away that first down run. Now we're going to be looking at a 2nd and 9 for the Eagles, which is a big change. You try to kind of get that big first down play. You get ahead of the chains. If you don't get very much, it still looks like a long way to that second stick to get that first down.
Yep. Those yellow flags have caused a lot of damage so far for the Eagles this season.
Same formation. Still in the pistol. Cade Sullivan behind Chambers. Chambers looking to the sideline to get the play. Cade Sullivan steps up beside him. He's going to get the handoff around left end, and he's going to break some tackles and find some space.
I think he's going to get a first down, Jamie.
See where they say he went out of bounds right at the first down marker for another first down, Eagles. Really strong drive to start the first quarter for the Eagles, John.
Yeah, Cade Sullivan makes a great play on the perimeter there to get out in some space and makes his way down for a first down.
Mitchell Mills into the game at the receiver position. Ethan Moore back in for R.J. Blair. Juan Rodriguez back in for Sullivan. Rodriguez gets the handoff up the middle. He's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage, fall forward, maybe for a gain of 2.
Defense, I think they smelled that one coming. Linebacker stepped up and was cutting that play off quickly before it even started.
A little over 7.5 minutes remaining in this first quarter as Southern's really just methodically driving the ball down the field. 2nd and 9, 2 receivers to the right. Chambers takes the snap. He hands off to Rodriguez again. Maybe another 2 yards, depending on the spot. That's 2 plays up the middle in a row that really haven't gained a lot of traction. So now we're looking at a 3rd and 7.
Yeah, I think number 55 for East Jasmine involved in both of those tackles. He seems to know what Southern's doing before we start.
3rd and 7. I think we're in 4-down territory here on the 31-yard line of the Jaguars. Chambers looks right. Swing pass to Ethan Moore. Trying to get outside. He's going to break a tackle. Be pushed out of bounds at about the 24-yard line. Just short of the first down. They're going to mark him out to 25. So it's going to be 4th and 1
Ball is spotted on the 25.
For the Eagles. This would be a 37-yard field goal. No, a 42-yard field goal, so they're not going to risk that. They're going to stay in. Stephen Whitehead in the game for the first time on offense. They're going to give it to him up the middle, hit behind the line of scrimmage, and he does not get the first down. We're going to have a turnover on downs, and it's going to be Jaguar ball at the 25-yard line. Really good penetration there by the defensive line on those 3 of those last 4 plays.
Yeah, the defensive line, especially number 55 there for East Jessamine, doing a really good job being disruptive in this series. And Stephen Whitehead, first time he carried the ball, he was hit almost immediately. He was able to stretch out, ultimately just not enough to get the first down. And like you said, turnover on downs here. So second time East Jessamine's going to have the ball.
It was right as he got the ball there. Heisel's going to call a running back in motion, going to go around behind him. Heisel's dropping back, looking right, looking to go up the middle, and he's going to be sacked. Nice tackle there by Stephen Whitehead for a loss of 2 for the Jaguars. Great defensive play. It wasn't a designed quarterback run, but Heisel didn't hesitate either.
Yep, that's going to be a loss, so it's going to be 2nd and 11.
On the 23-yard line. Running back in the backfield, doubles to the left with an up back. Heisel's going to look left. He's going to throw it into the flat, and it's going to be incomplete.
Hit the guy right in the hands, and Jamie just not able to reel that one in. And there was nobody around him. He could have had several yards on that play.
I think Isaac Johnson there, the targeted receiver, tried to run with it before he caught it. Wasn't able to hang on to it. Now we're going to be looking at a 3rd and 11.
Last time in this situation, Madison Southern was able to pick up an interception. Let's see if they're able to be disruptive on this long 3rd down.
Doubles left. Cameron Smith joining Heisel in the backfield. Trips to the right. Takes the snap, and he's looking right. Good penetration by Madison Southern. Another
big sack. Wow, what a great play by Madison Southern Eagles. That was a tremendous loss of yards for East Jessamine.
Trenton Rose, and that's not a name we've called a lot of, getting in the backfield and really pursuing the quarterback. We're now looking at a 4th and 22. Now the East Jessamine punter is going to be standing in his own end zone to kick the ball away. Looks like Cade Sullivan back deep to return this for the Eagles. Snaps up, no real pressure, so the punter's taking his sweet time, and he's going to kick it end over end. He's going to get a good bounce. Sullivan's going to catch it on the run, and he's going to break a couple tackles and get up the sideline. He's got 2 men to beat, going to try to cut it back before he's knocked out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Great return. Anytime you give somebody returning the football a running start when they catch the ball, I think that's a good sign that something good's going to happen.
Yeah, it looked like East Jessamine almost thought that he had called a fair catch because there was a guy there on Sullivan, just did not try to tackle him at all. So Sullivan, explosive player when the ball's in his hands, and what great starting position for Madison Southern. Off the heels of a great defensive stance, that's huge sack on 3rd down. Madison Southern disruptive on both 3rd downs.
Great field position here for the Eagles. Jay-Sean Etheridge in at that wildcat position, doubles each way. He's got Juan Rodriguez behind him. Steps up beside him. Etheridge takes the snap, hands it off to Rodriguez. Once again, hit at the line. He is going to get about 3 yards, but not a lot going there.
So switching things up this time, Jamie. Jackson Chambers not taking the snap. Etheridge in there taking the snap on this series.
Big stop there by number 9, Cameron Castillo, one of the players that Coach Cole said they need to step up, and he certainly stepped up on that play. 2nd and 8 for the Eagles. Etheridge still in at the wildcat position. We've seen him get a lot of big gains on the ground in this formation. He's going to hand off to Rodriguez again, and he's going to break through the line this time. Get all the way down to around the 10.
And that's going to move the chains. It will be a 1st and goal for Madison Southern.
from right on top of the 10-yard line. 4 minutes remaining here in the first quarter.
First and goal, Madison Southern.
They're going to stay in this Wildcat formation. Rodriguez with Etheridge in the backfield. Ethan Moore split out to the right. Cade Sullivan in the slot to the left. Etheridge looks around. Rodriguez up beside him. Etheridge is going to fake the handoff and try to go around left end. Going to pick up a good block, break a tackle. He's looking for the pylon. He's going to be brought down around the 2. He made a lot out of nothing there. He almost got brought down in the backfield, John.
Yeah, he did, but he was able to turn on those afterburners. Man, it looks like he's going to step out at the 4-yard line, so not as long of a gain as we thought, but man, tough to bring down.
4 yards to go, 2nd and goal. Cade Sullivan's going to come out of the game, and Stephen Whitehead is in the backfield with Jay Sean Etheridge. Talk about a thunder and lightning combination. That's what I see back there.
Oh, Southern's having to take a timeout. A little confusion on the game there.
We're going to recharge thanks to Batteries Unlimited. Take a break with them. Be back with more coverage in 1 minute on WBON TV.
To some, it's just a boat. But to Jim, it's his escape from meetings, traffic, and the grind of daily life. He may not catch any keepers, but he wouldn't trade his day on the lake for anything in the world. That's why his boat is insured by Kentucky Farm Bureau. But it's not just Kentucky's Farm Bureau. It's Jim's Recharge the Battery Farm Bureau. My Farm Bureau.
David Mayo, John Rader, and Chris Hornsby with Kentucky Farm Bureau.
Batteries Unlimited in Richmond can energize you when your batteries fade out. They can also cut and make most home and automobile keys, replace and program key fobs, and make copies of your house keys. Plus, cell phone screen repair. Bring in your Apple or Samsung today. We are your home for all batteries. Go see Chris at Batteries Unlimited, Commercial Drive in Richmond.
We're back as Madison Southern Eagles are at the 4-yard line trying to take an early lead over the East Jessamine Jaguars here in Berea, Kentucky. Jay Sean Etheridge is going to take the snap, looking for somewhere to run. A lot of traffic in the backfield, but he's going to get around the end. Spin move into the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles. You see the light show. That was a great run when there didn't seem to be a lot there, John.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to start off going to the left, and I don't know if it was a designed trap play back to the inside, but he took it back right, went around the perimeter, and saw end zone.
I don't think that was designed. I think that was improvisation by Etheridge, and I think he made it work for the Eagles as they take the lead. Coverage live here at Madison Southern High School on WBON TV, presented by Bishop Small Engine Repair of Berea. Madison Southern in that hinge formation. Offensive line is going to move over and let Avery Davidson take an attempt of his first PAT of the evening. Jackson Chambers to hold. Got the snap, the hold, the kick is good through the uprights. Another great kick by Avery Davidson. Nearly blocked there by the Jaguars. We are going to take another 1-minute break thanks to Batteries Unlimited and be back for more of the first quarter on WBON TV.
Hey Madison County, did you know Berea Ace Hardware is more than just a hardware store? Berea Ace Hardware carries the top brands like Skag, Echo, Steel, Spartan, Toro, Bentelli e-bikes, Wolf brand scooters, Trailmaster go-karts, and Red Cat Racing RC cars. Check us out at BereaAce.com. We sell fun at Berea Ace.
This is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
We're here in Berea, Kentucky on WBON TV. Coverage presented by Bishop Small Engine Repair of Richmond as the Madison Southern Eagles. Corbin Kimball about to kick off to the East Jessamine Jaguars. He kicks it deep down the middle, and there's really nobody there. The returner is going to come over and get it, and he's going to be brought down pretty quickly at about the 22-yard line. DeMonte Braxton on the return there, and the Eagles are going to take over for 1st and 10 at around the 23-yard line, after the Eagles just took a 7-0 lead on a rush by Ja'Shawn Etheridge.
Yeah, I mean, offensively, Southern's doing great, but I think what I've been most impressed by is this disruptive defense, Jamie. We have an interception on series number 1, huge third down sack on series number 2. So let's see what Southern puts on East Jessamine here to start this third series.
Looks like we had some sort of equipment malfunction. Keaton Lopez coming in for Mitchell Mills. Handoff up the middle, and huge stick by Stephen Whitehead. You can see the penetration into the backfield and absolutely stuck the running back.
Running back slow to get up after that play, and I mean, when you get hit by a tank, Jamie, it's pretty hard to get up from that.
Yeah, he's going to be feeling that for a while. That was Sean Reed, who had a loss of 2 on the rush.
Whitehead able to get in there without being slowed down. I don't think anybody put a hand on Whitehead before he made that disruptive tackle.
That defensive end position, you see him standing up. He's just ready to rush as Heisel takes the snap and looks left. Ja'Shawn Etheridge breaks on it.
Oh, I thought he picked that off, Jamie. I thought that was going to be maybe a pick 6 there for Etheridge.
You could just read it that he knew exactly what was happening from the time that Heisel looked over to the left. And not only was that nearly picked, like you said, that was, if he comes up with that, he could have taken it to the house. Regardless, we're looking at a 3rd and 12.
Love to see Madison Southern get off the field here again and give that offense a chance to get up another touchdown, Jamie.
Quick back-to-back plays there, bringing up 3rd and long as the Eagles looking to get the ball back. Heisel in the shotgun. He's going to take the snap. Quarterback draw play, and he's going to be brought down by Stephen Whitehead and Caleb Johnson after a gain of about 2, getting him back to the original line of scrimmage, 4th and 10, and the punt team comes in for the Jaguars.
Caleb Johnson brings a load when he comes in to tackle you, man. I would not want Caleb Johnson to tackle me for sure. That dude is a beast.
He's a big guy. We got Cade Sullivan back to return this punt. Again, had a great return last time. Took it all the way back to the 20 from about where he is now. No real punt rush. Really good kick. It's going to go right to Sullivan. He's going to catch it on the run once again. Try to make it to the right sideline. Looking to cut it back. Cuts up the middle, gets a few blocks. Great spin move off of traffic, and he's going to break it down the sideline. There is a flag down back around the 50-yard line, and Sullivan's ultimately going to be brought down around the 15. But, man, what a return.
I tell you, that kid, I love watching him run and hurdling people, doing a spin move. What didn't he do on that run?
That was such a fantastic play. As you see, once again, he catches it in mid-stride. It looks like he's going to take it up the right sideline like he did before. He cuts it back, and there seems like there's nothing there. But he takes a big hit, and he spins twice off of the defender to take it up the sideline. We do have 2 flags, one at the 45 and one at the 40. The officials are trying to figure out exactly what happened. Normally, that's a spot for an illegal block, a block in the back, potentially. I believe that's what is going to be called.
Let's see what the call is.
Holding.
Holding on the offense, return team, and another holding.
2 holding plays, 2 holding calls. So they'll get one of those. They'll mark off 10 yards from the 45, and it's going to be 1st and 10 from the Eagles' 45. Still starting position around midfield. Just a shame to see that wonderful return be called back.
Yeah, got to give that to Cade Sullivan, man. That replay was awesome, seeing that again. I think if I were head coach, I'd put it in Sullivan's hands here and see if he could get some of that back.
I don't know that I've ever seen anybody spin twice in a spin. Now, part of that was he took a shot.
It's like your O button got stuck on the joystick.
It's like he decided to spin, but the contact spun him again. 2 running backs joining Jackson Chambers in the backfield. 2 wide receivers to the left, wide side to the right. Going to hand it off to Juan Rodriguez up the middle, and he's going to find some space. Break a couple tackles. He's going to get to the edge and be brought down around the 42-yard line of the Jaguars after a 14-yard gain.
What a great run there to start this series for Madison Southern. And, you know, you hate to see those penalties. It's been a problem all year long with those big chunk plays being taken back, but able to put 14 yards back up. So doing pretty efficient job moving the football early in this game.
Lucas Mullins in at the running back position. Called his name a little bit more last week at Collins, and he's going to get the carry up the middle. Again, break a couple tackles, and he's going to get a gain of about 6.
Not a bad first down play by the Eagles.
Again, he got several carries last week, ran the ball well, also had some good defensive stops, so it's good seeing him get a little bit more clock here tonight. Just under a minute remaining in the first quarter. Again, the Eagles lead 7-0 against the East Jessamine Jaguars. Jackson Chambers at quarterback, joined by Lucas Mullins and Cade Sullivan in the backfield. Chambers takes the snap, pitch out to Sullivan on the edge, and he's going to get it to the edge, break contain, going up the sideline. He's got some room. Another flag comes in, and he's brought down to 21. Once again in position to be a holding call if it was not a face mask.
And that flag was down around where the tackle was, so I'll be interested to see what the call is on that one, Jamie.
Sullivan just continues to break off long runs, needs a break, and I do not blame him. Breaks containment, really good push there. They are going to call that hold against Madison Southern. Looking down where the flag was thrown, I didn't see it, but 2 officials threw the flag, so it's hard to say it didn't happen. The ball is going to be brought down back 10 yards from the spot of the foul, so now we're looking at a 2nd and 2. Ian Woods in at wide receiver. Jay-Sean Etheridge and R.J. Blair split off to the right. Stephen Whitehead joining Jackson Chambers in the backfield. To his right side, Chambers is going to hand it off up the middle, and Whitehead's going to push through and drag some defenders before he's brought down at the 11-yard line. Broke 2 tackles and literally drug a defender for 3 yards before breaking free.
Are we able to see a replay on that? Because he had his ankles wrapped up, kept his feet driving, and able to get out of there.
Goes right up the middle. Hit, pulling him along. Breaks free all the way down to the 11-yard line. It's the end of the first quarter. We're going to take a 1-minute break and be back for the second quarter coverage here on WBON TV.
Support local and get your vehicle running at its peak performance with CT Diesel Performance off Exit 97 in Richmond. Chris Thorne and his staff specialize in diesel performance and repair that will service any vehicle, big or small, with oil changes, brakes, tires, alignments, and more. Broke down and need a tow? Well, call CT Diesel at 859-699-8712. Like them on Facebook to enter a weekly drawing for a free oil change. CT Diesel Performance off Exit 97 in Richmond.
Being prepared for various types of disasters is one of the best ways to ensure the safety of your family, friends, and community. The Madison County Emergency Management Agency and the Chemical Stockpile Emergency Preparedness Program is here and ready to support community emergency response. For how to be prepared, make emergency kits, know your zone, and shelter-in-place information, contact EMA CSEP at 624-4787 or visit madisoncountyky.us/EMA. Madison County EMA CSEP, your partner in preparedness.
Madison Southern High School here in Berea, Kentucky, kicking off the second quarter on WBON TV. Coverage presented by Bishop Small Engine Repair of Richmond. I'm Jamie Boggs here with John Bailey as the Eagles look to add to their 7-point lead.
Madison Southern Eagles doing a great job offensively, doing some positive yardage almost each and every play. When you're able to pick up 5 and 6 yards per carry, it makes getting those first downs a little easier, Jamie.
It also wears down the defense, and it's hard to keep energy high and keep fighting, as Coach Cole has said, is what they need to do when you're continually on the field after 3 and outs. Jackson Chambers with that bunch formation around the line. Juan Rodriguez beside him. It's going to be the pitch around the end to Etheridge. R.J. Blair out in front of him. Etheridge trying to make something happen. Spin move, breaks a tackle. He's going to get a few yards and be brought down once again at the 4.
Etheridge on the carry.
That touch pass as Etheridge was in motion. Ethan Moore and Cade Sullivan coming into the game for R.J. Blair and looks like Jay-Sean Etheridge.
Seems like Coach has been working on that spin move. We've had a lot of spin moves that have resulted in positive yards for the Eagles tonight. It's fun to watch.
It has been successful at breaking tackles. 11:20 remaining. The Eagles trying to punch it into the end zone as they lead 7-0 in their second district game of the season. Juan Rodriguez behind Jackson Chambers, steps up to his left, 2 wide receivers to the left, and he's going to hand it off to Rodriguez up the middle. He's going to break a couple tackles, maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of 1.
1 yard gain.
Down to the 3.
It's going to bring up a 3rd and 2.5, looks like. 3rd and 3.
Mitchell Mills into the game now. The rest of the personnel stays. Wide side of the field to the left. Rodriguez still in at running back. Chambers takes the snap, hands it off to Rodriguez. He's hit in the backfield. Breaks so many tackles and gets in for a touchdown, Eagles.
Great after contact play there. Breaks so many tackles. I thought he was down, Jamie, but finds his way into the end zone.
See, he gets hit. He's wrapped up by 3 people, breaks 2 more tackles on his way into the end zone. That's the very definition of keeping those feet a-churning.
I always talk about it, Jamie, but we talk about yak, yards after contact. And Madison Southern doing a great job tonight.
Madison Southern in that hinge formation. East Jessamine is going to step across and touch one of the offensive linemen for Southern. Encroachment on the defense halfway to the goal. We'll see if that changes the play call here. Southern now leads 13-0 as they're on the 1 yard line. Snap to Stephen Whitehead, but the whistle is going to blow beforehand. And now we're going to get a false start on the Eagles.
Jamie, this play happens every week, but defenses never seem ready for it. I mean, it's got to be on film. You know what I mean?
Right. Now we're finally going to see a standard extra point here, albeit from a little bit longer. The ball's lined up at the 6 yard line, so it's about put it at about a 30-yard field goal here. 23 yards for Avery Davidson. Snap, hold, kick. Plenty of leg on that one. 14-0 Eagles. Thanks to Batteries Unlimited. We're going to take 1 minute to recharge and be back for more coverage on WBON TV.
I'm Michelle. And I'm Jennifer. And in the spring of 1992, Bishop Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Coconut, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond. We can't wait to see ya.
Fayette County Corrections is seeking to fill several positions now. The pay is great along with a long list of benefits and incentives, but the relationships created on the job are one thing that can't be taken for granted.
It allowed me to kind of gather in that family feel, the feel of camaraderie along with my fellow officers, and to get to know people, as to see them flourish in their career, and to be an opportunity to try to help them along the way to share my experiences.
Apply today at lexingtonky.gov/correctionsjobs.
Welcome back to WBON TV. Coverage provided by Bishop Small Engine Repair of Richmond as the Madison Southern Eagles lead the East Jessamine Jaguars 14-0 in the second quarter. Corbin Kimball, short kick. It's going to be dropped by the up back and ultimately down at the 30-yard line. And the Jaguars are going to take over 1st and 10 at the 30 with the Eagles leading by 2 touchdowns. John, really impressive outing on both sides of the ball for the Eagles thus far.
Yeah, I mean, defense has been disruptive. We have a pass interception. We have a huge 3rd down. I mean, able to get off the field on 3rd downs pretty much every time they've been out there. And offensively, they've scored nearly every time they've had the ball. So great things working on both sides of the ball here tonight.
Long, sustainable drives for the offense and quick 3-and-outs for the defense. So far, Madison Southern living the dream. Let's see if they can keep it up and get another stop here. Going to get a false start there, I believe, on the Jaguars as the lineman moved before the ball was snapped.
Yep. 54 was anxious to get off the ball and get in the face of Madison Southern's big defensive end.
Love that attitude. I want to hit somebody. Matthew Hager there. 1st and 15 for the Jaguars. Justin Heisel, the lead rusher and passer on this team, had one really good run, really on the first offensive play of the game where he scrambled for 11 yards. Not a lot since. Going to hand off up the middle, and the snap actually was not given to Heisel. The snap was given to Parker Morton, and he handed off to Sean Reed for a gain of 1.
Going to bring up a long second, 14 here for East Jessamine. Have they had a first down yet tonight, Jamie?
We had one on the first play. Justin Heisel ran for about 11 yards. Heisel's still not in the game for the Jaguars for this drive. Parker Morton in. It's going to be a handoff, or he's going to take it up the middle for a gain of about 6, but due to the penalty, we're looking at a 3rd and 9 for the Jaguars.
Ball is spotted at the 32-yard line. 3rd down and 8 for the Jaguars.
The Eagles looking to get off the field here. It's number 52, Keaton Miller, coming into the game for the Eagles. Stepping up on the defensive line. Parker Morton still in at quarterback. With 3rd and long, let's see if he puts it in the air. Takes the snap, run around the right end. He's got in the throwing position. He's looking deep, nothing there, and he's going to be sacked for a big loss.
There comes big Caleb Johnson with a convocation of Eagles in the background.
Lucas Mullins making first contact there. That's going to be a loss of about 10 yards.
Jamie, I know that you're feeling that pressure if you're the quarterback. You're not the starting quarterback, but you got to get outside of the tackle box and throw that ball away.
It's going to bring up about 4th and 20 for the Jaguars. Cade Sullivan back to receive another punt for the Eagles. And the kick is up. It's going to be over his head. He's going to go back and get it. Starts up the middle, looking to run left. He's going to cut back up through the middle, break a couple tackles, still on his feet. And it looks like they took the ball away. The official agrees.
Yes. Cade Sullivan gets the ball ripped out of his hands, and it's going to be a turnover for the Eagles off Cade Sullivan's run.
What a defensive play. I don't even have a number 55 on my roster, but he owns the football right now. Cade Sullivan cuts back up the middle. He's going to break one tackle, and when the second defender hits him, he's simply going to come in and take the ball out of his hands as they're both falling down for a first down. And the biggest offensive play was a fumble recovery there for the Jaguars. Parker Morton still in at quarterback. Going to hand off up the middle. He's going to break it around left end. A lot of defenders in pursuit. He's going to get a gain of about 4 is Sean Reed before being tackled by the Eagles. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 6. John, for years, as a Kentucky football fan, I always felt like any time a backup quarterback comes into the game, we're doomed. For whatever reason, you game plan for one guy, another guy comes in. The backup quarterback, against Kentucky at least, usually has the game of his life. So here we have Dante Parker Morton coming in for Justin Heisel. And I borrowed your binoculars trying to look for Heisel on the sideline. Looks like he doesn't even have shoulder pads on anymore, John.
Yeah, I see number 5 standing over there, no shoulder pads on. Nobody's taking a look at him, but
fumble on the snap. Parker Morton's going to get around the end with it before being knocked out of bounds. Great pursuit there by everyone on the defense. Ultimately brought down there by number 24 for the Eagles. That is Braden Kelly. 3rd and 6. 3rd and 6 for the Jaguars on the Eagle 47-yard line. Timeout's called by the Jaguars, by the Jaguars. We're going to take it with them. We'll take a 1-minute break and recharge, and we'll be right back here on WBON TV.
Whether you're in the market for a brand new Chevrolet, you're looking for a pre-owned quality vehicle, or your family car is in need of service by our GM certified technician, Jack Burford has what you need. Come to Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond for all of your automotive needs. Family owned and operated since 1964, Jack Burford Chevrolet is your hometown Chevrolet dealership. Check us out at jackburford.com or come in and see us today. We are located on the EKU bypass across the street from Walmart.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
When you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Jerry Goebel in Richmond today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
We're back here on WBON TV, coverage of the Madison Southern Eagles, presented by Bishop Small Engine Repair of Richmond. Snap goes to Parker Morton of the East Jessamine Jaguars, and he's going to get a gain of about 3 before being brought down at the Eagles' 44, and that's going to bring up a 4th and 4 for East Jessamine. Starting quarterback who leads the team in passing, but also in rushing, Justin Heisel now on the sideline with no shoulder pads on.
And we have a player down for East Jessamine, so going to have him take a look at him and see what's going on.
Not exactly sure. That could be Parker Morton, who has come in to play quarterback after Heisel's gone out of the game.
Yeah, I think you're right, man. So, I mean, potentially looking at a third-string quarterback. And if you look over our stats, Jamie, there's been no quarterbacks other than Heisel to have played in a game so far this year, at least with recorded stats. You know what I mean?
Nobody's thrown a pass for sure up to this point, even if some others have come in and run the football. Up to this point of the season, Parker Morton, before this game, had only -3 rushing yards on the entire season. He has run the ball well here early on, aside from the long sack that he took. But right now, just hoping that he's okay. Doesn't look like a typical cramp stretching scenario, so kind of uncertain what happened there on the tackle. Players from both teams just kind of waiting to see if he's going to be able to get off the field on his own accord.
You know, going back to Heisel, I didn't see a play that I thought, he would have been injured on. But, football's a physical sport. On any play, anything could happen. We've got more trainers coming out.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and take a break. Thanks to Batteries Unlimited, we're going to go recharge, and hopefully this player can as well. And we'll come back in 1 minute with more coverage on WBON TV.
Orthopedic and Sport Physical Therapy will help guide you on your road to recovery.
It is our mindset, a spirit driven to excellence, to help people heal faster and better.
If you have pain or an injury, or you need experts in sports medicine, Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy is your best choice in rehabilitation, and you have direct access.
In most cases, you do not need a referral to any of our 7 locations serving the region.
Just give OSPTKY a call. Visit our website at osptky.com to find the location nearest you.
Do you have dripping registers like this? Drywall issues like this? High humidity can cause a very uncomfortable and sometimes damaging environment. It doesn't matter the age of your system. Improper installation and sizing are the failure. Here at Madison HVAC, we look at your home as a complete system, not just the pieces of equipment attached to your house. Give us a call today at 859-625-1471 so we can provide your solution. And remember, we fix that too.
Citizens Guaranty Bank makes banking on the go a breeze. Banking on the go has never been easier with options like balance inquiries, make payments from any mobile device, transfer funds between accounts, activate or deactivate a card with just a tap. And with mobile checking deposit, you can deposit checks straight into your eligible checking account using your iPhone, iPad, or Android device. Take advantage of all these fast, convenient, and secure services of Citizens Guaranty Bank. Mobile carrier charges and rules and restrictions may apply. See bank for details. Citizens Guaranty Bank member.
Back here at Madison Southern High School as the East Jessamine Jaguars look to punt. Thankfully, The injured player, who was Dante Parker Morton, was able to make it off the field on his own accord, but the Jaguars are going to punt it away. Jayshon Etheridge back to receive this punt. Punter seems to have a lot of time. He's going to run for it before he's popped out of bounds by Stephen Whitehead. Looked like he had that Australian punter approach of I'm going to run and kick it, and then just decided to tuck it. Poor decision there. Great pursuit by Whitehead. I would hate to be trapped between that man and a sideline.
I do love the energy, though. I mean, East Jessamine sees themselves down. They're 14-0, 6 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Their starting quarterback's out. Their backup quarterback's out. But, I mean, they're all hands on deck. They're trying to get away with something there, but ultimately not a good decision.
And if you're going to take, I say bad decision, if you're going to take that risk, like you're in Southern territory, I don't think that's the worst call, but Southern's going to take over at the 45. Etheridge in at the Wildcat position. He's going to step back and run up left side, and he's just going to break away from everybody. Nobody touches him all the way for 6. Jayshon Etheridge untouched around the left end.
I have to scan the field for flags. There are none. Give him 6.
What a run. Stepped back as if he was going to pass. The defense hesitated, but Jayshon Etheridge did not. Took it to the house, finished at least 20 yards in front of everybody into the end zone to push the touchdown, or push the lead to 3 scores. Madison Southern is going to drop the fumble on their PAT attempt, and Jackson Chambers is going to be brought down. No point after there. 20-0. The Eagles lead. We'll take another 1-minute break and recharge, and we'll be back for more of the second quarter on WBON TV.
Chenault Vineyards has become a premier destination in Richmond for family and friends looking for fun and entertainment. The vineyard sits on 500 acres with breathtaking views and several different things for you to enjoy while you're there. Live music, tastings, tours, a walking trail, or maybe you'd like to host your own event at the vineyard. Visit ChenaultVineyards.com to check out the complete list of upcoming events. Like them on Facebook to stay informed, or like Chenault Vineyards on Instagram.
At Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, we value our patient relationships, making it our priority to deliver the gentle, compassionate care that you deserve from a dentist. We offer patients single-visit restoration on crowns, bridges, inlays, onlays, and veneers with CERAC. Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry is equipped to handle all your dental needs, from implants, teeth whitening, root canal therapy, and more. For your next dental appointment and for more details on lip filler and Dysport specials, call Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry at 859-985-0201.
Back here at Madison Southern High School with more coverage of the Eagles on WBON TV, presented by Bishop Small Engine Repair of Berea. What an exciting run there by Jayshon Etheridge to push Madison Southern's lead to 3 touchdowns. Just like the excitement and entertainment you get at Galaxy Bowling Center. Entertainment for the whole family. Bowling and arcade, great food and more at the Galaxy Bowling Center in Richmond. Kickoff to the East Jessamine Jaguars. It's going to be brought down around the 34-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Jaguars, and let's see what they do offensively, John. Justin Heisels, their main man under center, is out on the sideline with no shoulder pads. Weren't exactly sure what happened to him there. Then we saw backup quarterback come in. That was Dante Parker Morton. He went out at the end of the last series with an injury. We'll see who lines up under center here, or rather in the shotgun for the Jaguars. Anytime you get to the 3rd string in the depth chart, John, things start getting a little dicey. It looks like we're looking at number 14, who I do not have on my roster.
Yep, I do not either. So
he's going to take the snap and hand off up the middle to a number 2 who I don't have on my roster.
Braxton on the carry.
Take that back. That was Braxton on the carry. Quarterback's coming back in with the play. 2nd and 7 for the Jaguars. As the Eagles defense looking to get another big stop here to try to turn it around and make something happen for the offense. Pulling up a different roster here. It looks like Joey Schwinger, freshman quarterback, and he's going to hand it off to number 2. who's going to get a first down out around the 48-yard line. One of the biggest plays from the line of scrimmage offensively for the Jaguars. It's like they're going to spot it at the 47.
Ball is spotted at the 47-yard line. First and 10.
Yeah, I mean, early on in the game, Heisel broke a play off for a first down, but I think that is the biggest one since then.
We'll see if they keep it on the ground or give the keys to their freshman quarterback to try to make something happen here. Schwinger in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Hands off up the middle. Stuck at the line of scrimmage and ultimately brought down for no gain is Sean Reed. Good pursuit there. Nice of the defensive line there to hold the gaps and to play their position and bring up a second and long as we have a new defensive lineman making his way into the game for the Eagles, 79 Jacob Ward.
Southern's doing a really good job playing physical football tonight, Jamie.
Schwinger in the shotgun once again, doubles to his right. 2nd and 9. He's going to take a snap and hand off to Reed again up the middle. He's going to get stuck after no gain at all. Good defense there. Juan Rodriguez leading the charge defensively with a big hit. 4 minutes remaining till halftime.
No gain. Brings up 3rd down and 9 for the Jaguars.
3rd and 9. Will the Jaguars go to the air? And is Southern going to try to bring pressure on this freshman quarterback?
Looked like number 55, Paul Mills, in on that tackle, kind of held him up there, and then Juan Rodriguez finished him off. Another physical brand of football here for the Eagles on this drive.
Schwinger and Reed in the backfield. Takes the snap. He looks left. Left-handed guy is going to throw it up. Good grab. Fantastic grab, I dare say, by Isaac Johnson. Threw it kind of up for grabs. The defender, let's see who that was on defense there. It looks like it was Braden Kelly. Didn't get his head turned around, and a huge grab over top of him by 6'3", Isaac Johnson.
Man, what a play there by the 3rd-string quarterback, Jamie, throwing that ball up, getting a huge play.
Looks like we got a flag waiting to see what happens here. They're walking the ball back. What's a holding call perhaps? Waiting on an official signal. I could have seen a defensive pass interference. He made the catch regardless. I believe that's going to be an ineligible receiver down the field. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Now we're at 3rd and 14.
Wow. You know, Madison Southern in previous games have kind of done this where they've had a huge play only to be taken back because of a penalty. Hate to see that there for East Jessamine. What a play. 3rd-string quarterback, wide receiver going up for the ball. Hate to see it come back.
Schwinger and Reed in the backfield again. That catch earlier was by Isaac Johnson. He's split over to the left now, covered by Jay-Sean Etheridge. Going to pitch it out to Reed. He gets on the corner, and he is stuck.
Oh, my goodness.
By
Cade Sullivan in there and putting a great hit on the running back.
Looking for daylight, and what do you find? A nice dose of Cade right in the bread basket.
Oh, my gosh. I think my breath was knocked out just by watching that, Jamie. What a hit by my man Cade Sullivan.
4th and 15 here.
Hopefully that play was a wake-up call to the Southern defense. They've been playing lights out, but, you know, 3rd-string quarterback doesn't mean they can't throw the ball up in the air. So I think secondary may be taking this 3rd-string quarterback a little more seriously now.
Doesn't mean you can take a play off, as trainers are now out addressing Sean Reed, who was the one hit by Cade Sullivan there.
I tell you, I think watching that hit, I'd need a minute.
Yeah, that could be rib cage. That could be loss of breath, because he did hit him right in the gut before taking him down there. And it looks like he's going to get up and make it off on his own accord.
Good for him. That was a hard hit that boy endured.
So some applause coming from the crowd there. And we're going to see another punt here on 4th and 15 from their own 42-yard line of the Jaguars. 2:43 remaining, 20-0, the Eagles lead.
Southern Eagles lucky to get off the field on that third down after that spectacular pass by third-string quarterback Schwager.
Cade Sullivan's getting another go here as a punt returner. Fumbled on his last attempt is how it's going to be marked down in the books. The ball was actually ripped away from him by the defender. Going to kick it this time. No fake today. Ball's going to hop towards Sullivan. He's going to come back and pray it goes into the end zone, and it does, and he falls on it. That was kind of risky. The ball definitely was bouncing hard toward the end zone, so he had the option to stop it around the 10 or take the chance, and luckily that did roll into the end zone. 2:22 to the half as the Eagles lead 20-0. So far, John, I feel like the game plan has gone according to plan.
Yeah, I mean, but things have not been good for East Jessamine tonight. The breaks have not went their way. Starting quarterback out with an unknown injury. We had their second-string quarterback out with injury. But even when Heisel was in there, Southern doing a good job defensively, keeping him in check.
John, why don't you use your super specs over there, see if you can see if Parker Morton's up and moving over on the defense. Maybe we'll see him back in.
Let me see what I can do.
Trips right. Jackson Chambers, busted play, looks to hand it off. He's going to run around left end, and he's got a block. And he breaks a tackle and gets down to the 42-yard line for a gain of 22 yards. Looks like he wanted to hand off to Rodriguez there. There was some miscommunication, and he takes it around left end as they're discussing it now. Regardless of how it happened, it worked out well for the Eagles. They got just over 2 minutes left. If they want to put some more points on the board, trips to the right. Wide receiver to the left, Rodriguez in the backfield in the pistol formation with Chambers, steps up to his left. Chambers takes the snap and hands it off up the middle. Rodriguez breaks a couple tackles. He's going to get a gain of 1. Remember, down on the goal line earlier, broke several tackles to run in for the second touchdown of the game for the Eagles. Just under 2 minutes remaining. Stephen Whitehead coming in for Rodriguez. Under 2 minutes, they only have 2 timeouts remaining. They're wanting to get some points on the board before the break. May want to speed this up a little bit. I get it. You're up 3 touchdowns. You don't want to make a mistake. At the same time, 4 touchdowns is better than 3, John. I've always said that. Chambers drops back, looking deep. He's going to throw an out route to Sullivan, who makes a great play on the ball but can't come up with it. Dives and barely misses the catch.
Able to see Heisel on the sideline, setting down, getting some rest. Not able to see Parker.
3rd and 9 for the Eagles, 1:17 to the half. You have to expect them to go to the air again, but would not be shocked if that does not happen. See the Eagle mascot getting ready to rock for the halftime show. Whitehead behind Chambers. Chambers takes the snap, drops back. He's looking right, and he throws deep, and he's got a man who makes a grab.
What a grab!
Ethan Moore with a huge catch on a perfectly thrown ball. I cannot express enough. There was about a 2-foot window to put that football between the defender and the sideline, and it hits Ethan Moore in stride in the breadbasket down to the 6-yard line with 1:09 remaining. What a throw.
What a throw. What a catch. My goodness. Madison Southern not taking their foot off the gas, trying to score a touchdown going into halftime.
And Stephen Whitehead is going to drop his head, and no matter what happens, he is going to hit somebody.
Yeah. But, I mean, we talked about this in the pregame show. Get down there, score a touchdown, go to halftime, and then what do you do when you get back? Well, you get the ball, a chance to do it all over again.
50 seconds remaining. 2nd and goal from the 4. Doubles to the right. Whitehead still in the backfield. Chambers takes the snap. Another handoff to Whitehead. He's hit. Still driving. Still driving.
I think he's in there, Jamie.
I got one official marking him down at the 4-centimeter line.
Oh, boy. He
Not
was
wanting
close
to give that to him. There's going to be a timeout, Eagles. We'll take it with him and recharge thanks to Batteries Unlimited right back here on WBON TV.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
Back at Madison Southern High School, 30 seconds left here in the first half. The Eagles lead the East Jessamine Jaguars 20-0, trying to go that extra inch to get in the end zone as the ball is spotted as close as it can be to the end zone without being in there.
Yeah, it feels like the tip of the ball may be in the end zone, but nonetheless, I expect it to go to Whitehead for a touchdown, Jamie. I don't know. It's easy to draw him up when you're able to get that much on a play.
He's been waiting a long time, been out for the last 4 games. You know he would be excited to score a touchdown. We're here on WBON TV, presented by Bishop Small Engine Repair of Richmond. I'm Jamie Boggs with John Bailey here on the call, waiting for the up back to come in to the game. And we'll see what's called here. Jackson Chambers takes the snap, hands off to Cade Sullivan up the middle. Second surge, didn't get him in. No signal yet. Officials are trying to find out what happened. He was pushed back before being moved back forward again. And they're going to call it 4th and goal. 22 seconds left. They do have one more timeout. Chambers takes the snap, gives it to him again, and he goes over the top.
Hurdles over the offensive line, in for a touchdown.
26-0 Eagles lead. Cade Sullivan with the rushing touchdown there. 15 seconds remaining in the half. And remember, like John said, the Eagles do get the ball back after the break. The Eagles line up in that standard hinge formation. Offensive line moving into PAT position. The Eagles weren't able to get the last one due to a fumbled snap, but Avery Davidson looking to put another one through the uprights as he so often does. Snap, hold, kick, all looks great. 27-0 Eagles lead. We're going to take a 1-minute break, come back and wrap up this first half with live coverage on WBON TV.
27, East Jessamine.
Looking for some fun this fall? The Galaxy Bowling Center has a league for you. No matter your skill level, you can come out, make some new friends, and have a great time. Call 624-4444 for details. Or, if you're more of a trivia person, Champions Bar and Grill has you covered every Tuesday, starting at 7 with great prizes and all-you-can-eat wings for only $19.99. Why go anywhere else? The Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill. Your ticket to fun just off I-75, exit 87 in Richmond.
It's the common thread that ties us together, making life better for everyone. At CVNB, that means better banking, better accounts and lending, better experiences, better schools and better communities. Better. It's what ties us together. CVNB. Bank better.
15 seconds remaining here in the second quarter at Madison Southern High School. Corbin Kimball with the squib kick. The upback's going to come down with it and try to make something happen. Brought down right at the 35-yard line. 10 seconds left. Coverage here on WBON TV presented by Bishop Small Engine Repair of Richmond. The Madison Southern Eagles lead the East Jessamine Jaguars 27-0 in their second district game of the season.
It's been an exciting quarter, brought to you by Galaxy Bowling Center, entertainment for the whole family. Bowling, arcade, great food, and more at Galaxy Bowling Center in Richmond.
We've mentioned East Jessamine came in, have yet to pick up a win this season, and have had a lot of bad luck tonight. Starter Justin Heisel going out, backup quarterback going out. Now we see freshman Joey Schwinger in the shotgun. He's going to take the snap, handoff up the middle to number 2 for a loss on the play. Maybe he got back to the line of scrimmage.
I think they're going to call the forward progress of the line of scrimmage, but that's going to take us to half. Madison Southern 27, East Jessamine 0.
We're going to take a 3-minute break and come back for the halftime show right here on WBON TV.
Gateway Cycles in Mount Sterling has the largest showroom in central Kentucky with all the power sports products you can dream of for your next adventure. Gateway Cycles has a qualified, certified service department, friendly sales staff so you can ride free and play hard. Local people serving local people. We are here to make your dream a living adventure. Stop in and see us today at Gateway Cycles in Mount Sterling or visit us at gatewaycycles.com.
Need a physical for school or work? Need it right away? No problem. Berea Urgent Care has 2 convenient locations along with late hours to meet your needs. They're affordable too. Physicals at Berea Urgent Care only $20. DOT and CDL physicals are only $65. Berea Urgent Care number 1 by Walmart is open every day 9 to 9. Berea Urgent Care number 2 by Berea Drug open Monday through Friday 10 till 6. No appointment necessary. Berea Urgent Care, here when you need us.
To some, it's just a boat. But to Jim, it's his escape from meetings, traffic, and the grind of daily life. He may not catch any keepers, but he wouldn't trade his day on the lake for anything in the world. That's why his boat is insured by Kentucky Farm Bureau. But it's not just Kentucky's Farm Bureau. It's Jim's Recharge the Battery Farm Bureau. My Farm Bureau.
David Mayo, John Rader, and Chris Hornsby with Kentucky Farm Bureau.
Batteries Unlimited in Richmond can energize you when your batteries fade out. They can also cut and make most home and automobile keys, replace and program key fobs, and make copies of your house keys. Plus, cell phone screen repair. Bring in your Apple or Samsung today. We are your home for all batteries. Go see Chris at Batteries Unlimited, Commercial Drive in Richmond.
Hey Madison County, did you know Berea Ace Hardware is more than just a hardware store? Berea Ace Hardware carries the top brands like Skag, Echo, Steel, Spartan, Toro, Bentelli e-bikes, Wolf brand scooters, Trailmaster go-karts, and Red Cat Racing RC cars. Check us out at BereaAce.com. We sell fun at Berea Ace.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
Back here at Madison Southern High School as the award-winning band takes the field. Madison Southern Eagles lead the East Jessamine Jaguars 27-0 at halftime. I'm Jamie Boggs with John Bailey on WBON TV. Coverage presented to you by Bishop Small Engine Repair of Richmond. And this is the Fayette County Corrections halftime show. Still searching for a job with great pay and benefits? Fayette County Corrections is hiring starting at $20 an hour and a long list of benefits and incentives. Visit lexingtonky.gov/correctionsjobs to apply. John, we talked before the game about being disciplined, about just going out and executing the game plan for the Madison Southern Eagles, and I think so far they've done just that.
Yeah, they really have. They've done a good job offensively. They've taken their time. They've been methodical, but they're ultimately driving the ball, scoring on most of their possessions. They did have the turnover on a special teams play by Cade Sullivan. Defensively, they've been great. I mean, but you got to take it. East Jessamine is down their starting quarterback. They lost their second-string quarterback, working with their third-string quarterback, but they've been able to move the ball a little bit, but for the most part, Madison Southern being dominant in the performance tonight.
Some big plays defensively by Stephen Whitehead, Cade Sullivan, amongst a lot of other Madison Southern Eagles. Trenton Rose with a big sack on the second drive, which I think may have been the last time that we saw East Jessamine starter Justin Heisel. Their backup quarterback came into the game, had taken his first snaps of the season. That was Dante Parker Morton. He went out on a rush. Just a few plays later, running back Sean Reed left the field with assistance. So the injury bug certainly plaguing the Jaguars in the first half tonight, but that doesn't take away from the performance of Madison Southern executing on both sides of the football. Talk about some things that happened with the stats this first half, John.
Yeah, these halftime stats are sponsored by Bluegrass Marble and Granite of Richmond. Make your home stand out among the rest with Bluegrass Marble and Granite of Richmond. They specialize in kitchen and bathroom countertops and can also provide unique looks to your fireplace, outdoor grills, and other areas of your home. Visit them online at bluegrassmarblegranite.com. Again, bluegrassmarblegranite.com. Now, Jamie, Etheridge starts off the game with the score, 4-yard touchdown in the first quarter. Then you mentioned the big 15-yard sack on a third down, but if you remember the series prior to that, we had Cade Sullivan with an interception on third down that was able to give a good turnover to the Eagles, which led to a Rodriguez touchdown, a 4-yard touchdown in the second quarter. Then later in the second quarter, Etheridge with a big run. We saw him, I think it was probably a 60 or 70-yard play, just completely untouched down the sideline. And then on the last series before going into half, Cade Sullivan diving over the offensive line for another Eagles touchdown.
And don't forget, on really the Eagles' only downfield pass, Jackson Chambers hit Ethan Moore in stride to get the ball from midfield down to the end zone to set up that Cade Sullivan touchdown.
Yeah, and that was that a third down? And we were kind of wondering, are they just going to try to let off the gas here and coast into the second half? Well, Coach Payne answered with a resounding no, sir. They put the foot on the gas, and it resulted in a touchdown by Sullivan. But, yeah, great play.
Especially winding down the half there. Madison Southern isn't going to get the ball here when we kick off the third quarter. But they really wanted to get the ball in the end zone one more time before going into the break. And they were aggressive with that. Jackson Chambers will have more passing yards than that show up on the stat sheet due to some of those touched passes to Ja'Shawn Etheridge. But both of his touchdowns have been rushing touchdowns. And Avery Davidson, 3 for 3 on extra points for the Eagles. They do have 27. They had a failed 2-point attempt after their third score. All in all, spreading the ball around, getting multiple touches. Lucas Mullins came in and had an impressive carry. Juan Rodriguez looks good on the ground. Stephen Whitehead has gotten a few carries, still trying to get his momentum going offensively, but he looks great on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, defensively, he's been a standout player of the game so far. And Cade Sullivan with a huge hit. Do you remember that one, Jamie? I think.
Oh, absolutely. That's the play that Sean Reed went out on. Really just hit him in the gut. It was not a launching play. He came up off the edge and laid a licking on him like you teach him to do.
Yeah, great tackle. And, man, physical defense so far by Madison Southern, knocking out first two quarterbacks.
7 minutes remaining here in this halftime break. In this halftime show, once again brought to you by Fayette County Corrections. Still searching for a job and great pay and benefits? Fayette County Corrections is hiring, starting at $20 an hour with a long list of benefits and incentives. Visit lexingtonky.gov/correctionsjobs to apply.
Yep, and also brought to you by Bluegrass Marble and Granite of Richmond. Make your home stand out among the rest with Bluegrass Marble and Granite of Richmond. They specialize in kitchen and bathroom countertops and can also provide unique looks for your fireplace, outdoor grills, and other areas of your home. Visit them online, bluegrassmarblegranite.com. Jamie, it's a nice, cool 61 degrees outside. It would be nice to be around a great outdoor fireplace after this game to unwind and relax. So if you're wanting that, visit Bluegrass Marble and Granite of Richmond to see what you can get.
Madison Southern dance team taking center stage now to perform here at halftime of the second district game of the year for Madison Southern, John. Coming into the game at 4-1 overall, 0-1 in district play, but district plays its own season. So you're 0-1, you come in here, if they're able to continue the performance that we see in the first half, it's going to be a big win for them to get them bumped up in those district standings.
Well, and we talked to Stephen Chambers, or Jackson Chambers, I'm sorry, before the game, and he said that they need to really do a good job of finishing this game. Southern has been in a position to win several games this season, but fell short in the second half. So, even with the score the way it is, I want to see them come in and play relentless football to see a two-half football game.
We've seen Madison Southern both sustain long drives and make big plays out there on offense, and we expect to see them come out at the very start of the second half and put the ball in the end zone once again. They have had one turnover on downs where they did not successfully convert a 4th and short, and one turnover on a punt return. Otherwise, the offense has been rolling.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, we are going to take a 3-minute break one more time, and then we'll be back to set up for kickoff in the third quarter right here on WBON TV.
Support local and get your vehicle running at its peak performance with CT Diesel Performance Soft Exit 97 in Richmond. Chris Thorne and his staff specialize in diesel performance and repair that will service any vehicle, big or small, with oil changes, brakes, tires, alignments, and more. Broke down and need a tow? Well, call CT Diesel at 859-699-8712. Like them on Facebook to enter a weekly drawing for a free oil change. CT Diesel Performance off Exit 97 in Richmond.
Being prepared for various types of disasters is one of the best ways to ensure the safety of your family, friends, and community. The Madison County Emergency Management Agency and the Chemical Stockpile Emergency Preparedness Program is here and ready to support community emergency response. For how to be prepared, make emergency kits, know your zone, and shelter-in-place information, contact EMA CSEP at 624-4787 or visit madisoncountyky.us/EMA. Madison County EMA CSEP, your partner in preparedness.
Want to make dinner a true winner? This is temptation times 12. Get the ultimate family meal at Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken with our 12-piece family meal at a great price. Only at Lee's, famous for chicken.
I'm Michelle. And I'm Jennifer, and in the spring of 1992, Bishop Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Coconut, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond.
We can't wait to see you.
Fayette County Corrections is seeking to fill several positions now. The pay is great along with a long list of benefits and incentives, but the relationships created on the job are one thing that can't be taken for granted.
It allowed me to kind of gather in that family feel, the feel of camaraderie along with my fellow officers, and to get to know people as to see them flourish in their career, and to be an opportunity to try to help them along the way to share my experiences.
Apply today at lexingtonky.gov/correctionsjobs.
Whether you're in the market for a brand new Chevrolet, you're looking for a pre-owned quality vehicle, or your family car is in need of service by our GM certified technician, Jack Burford has what you need. Come to Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond for all of your automotive needs. Family owned and operated since 1964, Jack Burford Chevrolet is your hometown Chevrolet dealership. Check us out at jackburford.com or come in and see us today. We are located on the EKU bypass across the street from Walmart.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate on my insurance.
Do you mean surprisingly great rates from State Farm?
I don't believe in accepting help, but I'll make an exception.
Here's the deal, Russell. There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory. I know your face that well.
When you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Jerry Goebel in Richmond today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And we're back here at Madison Southern High School. I'm Jamie Boggs with John Bailey on WBON TV, presented by Bishop Small Engine Repair of Richmond. John, Madison Southern Eagles lead the East Jessamine Jaguars 27-0 after a really impressive first half.
Yeah, we're excited to get back to action here. I know Southern is going to get the ball and see if they can put some more points on the scoreboard.
Halftime show brought to you by Fayette County Corrections. Still searching for a job? A great pay and benefits? Fayette County Corrections is hiring, starting at $20 an hour. With a long list of benefits and incentives, visit lexingtonky.gov/correctionsjobs to apply. Madison Southern doing a really good job of spreading the football around in the first half. Lots of running backs touching the football, and a lot of different people putting the ball in the end zone.
Also sponsored by Bluegrass Marble and Granite of Richmond. Again, make your house stand out among the rest by going to Bluegrass Marble and Granite of Richmond. They specialize in kitchen and bathroom countertops. They can also provide unique looks for your fireplace, outdoor grills, and other areas of your home. Visit them online at bluegrassmarblegranite.com. Jamie, we're watching the Kentucky Ole Miss game tomorrow. You said you're going to have some wings. Visit Bluegrass Marble Granite of Richmond. Do them on the outdoor grill. Wouldn't that be good tomorrow?
Man, that sounds outstanding. Outstanding is a word I would describe to describe the play Madison Southern there in the first half. But it's not without overcoming obstacles, right? They're without Eric Barnes, defensive specialist. They're without Ethan Woods. They're without Preston Williams, one of the better defenders. So a lot of uncertainty coming to the game. You have to alter your game plan around your personnel, and they've done that and still executed at the highest level as expected by Coach Mark Payne.
Yeah, Coach Payne's done a good job because it's almost looked like a seamless transition tonight from Woods last week to Chambers this week. You haven't seen any I was worried, will he find his footing early in the game? And he sure did. I mean, he was handing the ball off to those great running backs, but he had a tremendous pass and catch and some also really good short passes.
Yeah, and some great runs as well. And I mentioned it before, I coached Jackson when he was in the 8th grade playing baseball. Just it does not get any stronger athletically than somebody who can come in and do literally anything. Multi-talented player, can play probably any position you want him to, and he's holding his own at the quarterback spot tonight.
I think Woods has done a good job all season, but with the performance tonight by Chambers, is there a competition mid-season for that starting role?
You know, you had to. That's got to be in the back of Coach Payne's mind coming into this game, and you have to wonder if. I feel like he almost had to make that decision before the game. Is this going to be something I'm open to, or is this absolutely a one-time start with Woods being unavailable? But we'll see, and you got to judge it on the opponent. Obviously, East Jessamine coming in here short-handed and losing a couple key players. So a lot of factors to go into that, but Chambers has certainly done everything that he's been asked to do.
Yeah, playing like that is going to bode well for him in the future. What year is Chambers? Do you know off the top of your head?
Yeah, he's a senior coming in. I saw the big senior poster for him. Again, I coached him in 8th grade. Seems like it was 2 weeks ago, but he is absolutely a grown man, and he's played like one here in the first half, as has the Southern defense. But it's the offense that's going to be taking the field here. Once again, the score 27-0 to start the third quarter. Coverage here on WBON TV presented by Bishop Small Engine Repair in Richmond. Cade Sullivan, Ethan Moore, Jay Sean Etheridge back deep to receive this kickoff to start the third quarter of action at Madison Southern High School tonight. The kick is up deep, and it's going to go to Ethan Moore on the left sideline. He's going to look to cut it back up toward the middle. He's going to pick up some blocks, but the coverage is going to get him around the 27-yard line. I want to point something out, John. I had said there was no number 2 on my roster. I had him as number 12. Number 2, who's gotten multiple carries and played really well for East Jessamine, is actually Takenya Braxton. So my apologies for the roster error there, but I'll correct it moving forward.
Yeah, it takes a big man to admit when they're wrong.
Or are you just saying that because you've seen what I've eaten today? I've eaten a lot. I'm a big guy. Juan Rodriguez in at running back. Jackson Chambers at quarterback. 2 wide receivers split to the right. Number 32, Keaton Lopez to the left. Rodriguez is going to get the ball off left tackle, cut it back up the middle. He's going to break a couple tackles, nearly break a third tackle. That was very much a touchdown saving tackle there by number 21 from East Jessamine, and that's going to be James Burbage with such a huge tackle there. If he doesn't make it, I think Rodriguez may take that one to the house.
Isaac Moore, tight end, did a pancake block that was just out of this world to open up that lane for the running back.
We need to talk to Coach Tony DeGregorio, see if he's opening that pancake competition up to upbacks. So that was a great block. Another handoff there to Rodriguez around right end this time, and he's got space. He's breaking a tackle. He gets around left end, 2 men to beat. He's ultimately going to be knocked out of bounds around the 23-yard line. Great run there by Rodriguez. We see him get the ball up the middle quite a bit. We don't see him break the edge very often, but he did a great job there.
Yeah, and number 11 is that Etheridge made a huge block on that play. Team is just playing great tonight. This is definitely a team effort anytime those big chunk plays happen.
Stephen Whitehead in the game now for the Eagles. They're in that bunch formation. All the receivers are in close to the line. We're going to hand off around the end to Etheridge, end around. He's going to have some space, but not a ton, and be brought down after a gain of about 2. Fake the handoff up the middle. Really good job by the defense to stay disciplined there on that end around.
Yeah, that's when it's really important to stay in your lane. You want to chase the ball carrier, but you have to stay put and play contain, and they did a good job, like you said.
Again, Keaton Lopez in at wide receiver to the left. Ethan Moore and Jay-Sean Etheridge to the right. Mitchell Mills at the left tight end spot, and Stephen Whitehead at running back. Chambers takes the handoff and hands it up to Whitehead. Cuts it back across the middle. 2 stiff arms later, he's going to get down to the 4-yard line.
He rocks and rumbles his way down inside the 5. That's going to move the chains, make it 1st and goal.
Looks like they're going to spot it right at the 5. But, yeah, he had 2 big stiff arms, and he had some trouble breaking free in the first half. But that was more like the Stephen Whitehead we were used to before his injury there. He stays in at the pistol formation. Chambers takes the handoff and gives it back to Whitehead, who cuts it back for a touchdown. Eagles. They got a hand on him, but you got to have more than one hand on Stephen Whitehead to keep him out of the end zone, John.
You need about 2 hands and a piece of rope to bring that boy down.
I was wondering where you were going to go with that. Did you know where it was going when you started it?
Sometimes I just start things and see how it goes, you know.
33-0 for the Eagles. Great run, great blocking up front by that offensive line for that entire drive. Offensive line moving into position for Avery Davidson to attempt his 4th PAT of the game.
Not even 2 minutes off the clock before Southern able to answer big with a touchdown.
And they kept it on the ground the entire time. That was great movement by the offensive line. The running backs did their jobs. And now we're looking at a 34-point lead. Looks like we had a flag there.
Penalty flag on the play.
Offsides on the defense. We'll see what Madison Southern decides to do. They made the kick. Or are we going to see a re-kick? I think we might.
I mean, they're going to move the ball half the distance to the goal line. Is this where you try to make up the other points and go for 2, or just stick with the game plan for a simple PAT?
I think if they are going to kick it here, then they would have just accepted it before if they had the option. Maybe they didn't have the option, but a little closer of a kick. A little warm-up kick there for Avery Davidson. Snap, hold, kick looks perfect once again. 34-0 for the Madison Southern Eagles. And we're going to take a 1-minute break and recharge. Thanks to Batteries Unlimited. Back for more coverage on WBON TV.
Orthopedic and Sport Physical Therapy will help guide you on your road to recovery.
It is our mindset, a spirit driven to excellence to help people heal faster and better.
If you have pain or an injury, or you need experts in sports medicine, Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy is your best choice in rehabilitation, and you have direct access.
In most cases, you do not need a referral to any of our 7 locations serving the region.
Just give OSPTKY a call. Visit our website at osptky.com to find the location nearest you.
Do you have dripping registers like this? Drywall issues like this? High humidity can cause a very uncomfortable and sometimes damaging environment. It doesn't matter the age of your system. Improper installation and sizing are the failure. Here at Madison HVAC, we look at your home as a complete system, not just the pieces of equipment attached to your house. Give us a call today at 859-625-1471 so we can provide your solution. And remember, we fix that too.
Here at Madison Southern High School, the Eagles lead East Jessamine 34-0 in the second quarter as Corbin Kimball is set to kick off for the Eagles after a very impressive opening drive. Burbage on the return, and he spun around at the 30. It's going to be marked down at the 31-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Jaguars in their first drive offensively here of the second half. Get an update from Pikeville. Pikeville is beating Madison Central 21-7 at the half. Central driving down into the mountains. See if they can get the job done. They're going to have to make a big comeback here in the second half. Once again, like we said at halftime, 3rd string quarterback on the line here for East Jessamine, Joey Schwinger in the shotgun formation. Going to hand it off around right end. Great tackle and pursuit there by Stephen Whitehead to bring down Jeremy Gagisha. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 13. Great defensive pursuit there. Once again, freshman quarterback Joey Schwinger getting his first action of the season. A lot on his shoulders here to come in and lead a varsity squad after 1st and 2nd string quarterbacks go down due to injury. He's got doubles each way. He's joined by Gagisha in the backfield, and he's going to pitch it left to him. He's going to try to get some momentum going, but he's going to be stuck. It looks like
Stephen Whitehead again on the stop.
Looks like Lucas Mullins got a piece of him as well. He's going to get a gain of 2, but we're still going to be looking at a 3rd and 11. And again, this is normally a situation where you put the ball in the air. Are they going to let their freshman quarterback do that? We've seen him make one throw. It was a complete pass, but it was called back due to a hold.
I mean, yeah, you throw the ball, see what happens.
I think in a closer game, it's an opportunity to hold on to the ball and value that. He is going to hand off up the middle for no gain whatsoever as the running back runs into Caleb Johnson and shall go no further.
Great defensive stance there by that defensive line. They made a brick wall, and he wasn't going to go through it.
And I get things aren't working offensively. You've got a ton of injuries, but and it's a tough decision from the coach. Do we work on things? Do we try new things at the risk of giving up turnovers and falling further behind? Or do we play it safe and just try to minimize the bleeding? And I think the answer is a combination of those two things, but I'm not sure how to find that balance in a situation when you're with your 3rd string quarterback. The punt is up, flag down on the near the punter. Madison Southern player jumps on the punt. That is, I don't know, what's the, it's not good practice. Is that like, I can't think of the word. What's the word for something that's just not socially acceptable?
Taboo?
That's not the word, but I'll take it.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I do know it is not often that you see a player jump on the ball like that. Just get out of the way, let the defense touch it. Don't go create any problems for yourself.
Penalty against the Jaguars is declined, and it's going to be 1st and 10 That was an illegal shift play for the Eagles from their own 43-yard line. Lucas Mullins in at running back now. Jackson Chambers still at quarterback. Ian Woods, Jay Sean Etheridge, and Ethan Moore in at wide receiver. And as he often is, Isaac Moore in at that tight end up back position. Everybody in tight. This tight formation. We've seen him run it, do an end and around. What are they going to try now? Mullins up beside Chambers. He's going to drop back. Lots of pressure. He's going to break a couple tackles before he's sacked.
What a good sack and defensive play by East Jessamine. Jamie, that's going to bring up a long second down. While we're watching that, I haven't heard you say Ian Wood's name, Ethan's little brother. Is he in the game at all tonight?
He's been in at some wide receiver plays. He's currently in the game now, just not getting any touches up until this point because they've really only thrown the ball a handful of times. Looking to pass there, a loss of about 7 on the sack. Great push off the edge from East Jessamine to put Jackson Chambers in a spot where he couldn't shake the defense. Moore and Etheridge off to the right. 2 running backs in the backfield. Chambers is going to hand it off to Cade Sullivan. Cuts back across the middle. Another hurdle. Flag thrown. We'll see what the call is here.
It's in the area of a hold, so this run could be going back.
We'll see what the call is as Cade Sullivan cuts back across the middle and jumps over the defender once again.
There is no flag on the play. Umpire waves it off.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 6. Got about 12 yards on that run. Gained back all the yardage from the previous sack and got closer to the sticks. Stephen Whitehead and Cade Sullivan both in the backfield now. Chambers takes the snap, hands off to Sullivan again up the middle, and he's going to do another spin move and break off left tackle. He's down the sideline. Nobody's going to get him. We do have a flag at about the 25-yard line. Sullivan is gone, and nobody's going to catch him. But, John, I think that one's coming back.
Man, you hate to see it again. Another big play potentially coming back for the Eagles because of a penalty.
And, you know, I saw where it happened, and here's the thing. It
did not need to happen.
Right. He was gone. You see him come off. He breaks loose, spin move, and from there he's gone. Nobody's going to touch him. And the hold comes in, maybe called on Etheridge there in the center, but it did not impact the play whatsoever. It's going to come back 10 yards, and it's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Like you said, John, you just hate to see that come all the way back. You'd love to see a play like that be rewarded, and in this game you're up 34-0. Maybe it's not going to cost you the game, but as we've seen in previous weeks, it has come back to haunt the Eagles before.
Yeah, and you need to get used to playing clean football. It's a problem all year for the Eagles.
Let's try it again. Another handoff, same situation. Going to go up the middle, and nobody's going to touch him this time. Waiting for a flag. No flag. Give him 6. Cade Sullivan breaks back-to-back plays to the house, running off left tackle. Takes the first one out the edge. Whoop! He's going to take this one back up the middle. One hand on it, but nobody's going to catch him. 40-0. And we're going to get a running clock starting here for the Eagles now. Hinge formation. We got Juan Rodriguez running into the game as the 11th player for the Eagles. See if they snap it or they're going to kick it. Stephen Whitehead in that spot where Preston Williams usually sits. And we're going to get the 5th PAT attempt from Avery Davidson. Snap, hold, kick. Such a beautiful kick. It looks perfect every time. And that one's going to count for another point for Avery Davidson. 41-0. We are going to take a quick 1-minute break to recharge, and we'll be right back on WBON TV.
Citizens Guaranty Bank makes banking on the go a breeze. Banking on the go has never been easier with options like balance inquiries, make payments from any mobile device, transfer funds between accounts, activate or deactivate a card with just a tap. And with mobile checking deposit, you can deposit checks straight into your eligible checking account using your iPhone, iPad, or Android device. Take advantage of all these fast, convenient, and secure services of Citizens Guaranty Bank. Mobile carrier charges and rules and restrictions may apply. See bank for details. Citizens Guaranty Bank, member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
Madison Southern up 41-0 here on the East Jessamine Jaguars. Big man returning the football, going to be brought down at the 39-yard line as we saw two big runs broken there for Cade Sullivan. The first one called back. The second one went for 6.
Yeah, that was an entertaining drive brought to you by Galaxy Bowling Center. Entertainment for the whole family, bowling, arcade, great food and more at Galaxy Bowling Center in Richmond. Jamie, I went in last weekend. The place was packed. I love going in there. Always a fun time with the family. And I tell you, their food, out of this world.
Yeah, that's the main reason I go there. Sure, kids, you can go have your fun. Let Daddy have a burger. Seeing some younger guys get some playing time here. R.J. Blair coming in to play some safety as the Jaguars try to get on the board here. Handoff again to Burbage. Hit as soon as he gets the ball. Mitchell Mills in the backfield with that stop for a loss of 2.
That was a good job by Mitchell Mills. He read that play early and went untouched into the backfield for a big stop.
Once again, this is the third-string quarterback for the Jaguars. We saw Justin Heisel and Dante Parker Morton both go out with injury. This is freshman quarterback Joey Schwinger coming in, trying to hold down the varsity offense for this already struggling East Jessamine team.
Riley Causey enters the game at linebacker.
Schwinger drops back. The lefty's going to let it loose, and he does over the middle. Reception. The ball's caught, and he's breaking free. He's going to be brought down eventually by Jay-Sean Etheridge. Great catch there by Jacob Reeder. 6'3", 210.
That's going to move the ball all the way down to the 21-yard line. What a catch and grab.
And what a beautifully thrown ball. Perfect spiral, right on the money on that crossing route. And Southern just wasn't ready for a big play like that. At this point in the game, John, you have to stay disciplined and continue to try to get better instead of just riding the clock out. And that was a great throw by Schwinger and a great catch there by Reeder. Schwinger in the shotgun. Going to hand off this time. Hitting the backfield, fumble. Stephen Whitehead knocked the ball loose and didn't realize it. And that's going to be about a 15-yard loss.
Ball was spotted at the 35-yard line.
I love that Southern can come off a big play like that and put it behind them and come out and do a great defensive play there. That's what you like to see in a football team. When things don't go your way, put on more steam, and Whitehead certainly did that.
2nd and 25 coming up here for the Jaguars after a big play and some big momentum. Ended up with a big loss there. So we'll see what they go back to here. Schwinger with a great throw for a large gain, but now he's looking really far downfield at that first down marker. Takes the snap. He's looking right. Gets it out in the flat. Another reception. That one was caught by number 6, Camonte Braxton, and he's going to get about 10 yards. So we're going to now have a 3rd and 18.
Yeah.
That was a nice throw and catch. Simple little out route out in the flats. And Braxton looks like the kind of player that if he gets in space, he can make something happen. Thankfully, there were several Eagles there waiting for him.
Lots of young Eagles in the middle of the field at linebacker. This would be a opportunity to potentially throw something across the middle of the field, catch somebody out of place, and get some more yards here for East Jessamine.
Lining up doubles each way. Schwinger gets the snap. He drops back. He looks over the middle, lets it rip, and Riley Causey's going to break up the pass.
I was just talking about throwing the ball over the middle, but Riley Causey was able to see where that ball was going and get a hand on it.
4th and 18.
I had the privilege of coaching Riley Causey as a 7th and 8th grader at Foley Middle School. What a great young man he is, and he's going to be a heck of a ball player as he matures and grows up here at Madison Southern.
Really good at everything he does. Seen him play football, basketball, and baseball. Excels at everything. Seems to really enjoy being out here smashing heads.
Super athletic dude, but just a good guy. You know, that's what I'm looking for as a coach. Somebody who's coachable.
4th and 18. Reeder split out to the right. Number 4, we've seen punt Isaac Johnson, also a big guy out to the left. He's going to come in just a little bit more. Schwinger with a snap. He's going to look left, looking for Johnson. Ball's up in the air.
Almost intercepted by Ethan Moore.
But you know what? He makes that interception. He probably falls to the ground. They have the ball in the 5. Turnover on downs. They get it at the 28.
Yeah, it's a win-win.
Running clock here, under 1 minute left in the third quarter. As the Eagles offense back onto the field, I do expect to see some new faces in the game as the offense takes back over. Braden Kelly in the backfield at the running back spot. Chambers still in at quarterback. Ian Woods split out left. Ethan Moore and R.J. Blair out to the right. 18 seconds. One play will end this quarter. Chambers is going to throw it out in the flat, and he's going to hit Etheridge, who's going to – oh, no, that's Ethan Moore, yeah. Makes a great catch and lowers the boom on the corner there and gets a gain of 8.
I think that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter with Madison County up 44-0.
41-0, and thanks to Batteries Unlimited, we're going to go recharge, take a 1 minute break, and we'll be right back on WBON TV.
Chenault Vineyards has become a premier destination in Richmond for family and friends looking for fun and entertainment. The vineyard sits on 500 acres with breathtaking views and several different things for you to enjoy while you're there. Live music, tastings, tours, a walking trail, or maybe you'd like to host your own event at the vineyard. Visit ChenaultVineyards.com to check out the complete list of upcoming events. Like them on Facebook to stay informed, or like Chenault Vineyards on Instagram.
At Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, we value our patient relationships, making it our priority to deliver the gentle, compassionate care that you deserve from a dentist. We offer patients single-visit restoration on crowns, bridges, inlays, onlays, and veneers with CERAC. Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry is equipped to handle all your dental needs, from implants, teeth whitening, root canal therapy, and more. For your next dental appointment and for more details on lip filler and Dysport specials, call Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry at 859-985-0201.
Back here on WBON TV, Madison Southern Eagles lead the East Jessamine Jaguars 41-0. John tells me he still sees 44 on the scoreboard, so if any optometrists out there want to sponsor coverage, then that was Gage's idea. Gage Hill, our wonderful producer, John. He's trying to help.
Wonderful is a word. It is a word.
Work things into the broadcast here.
Guys doing a great job up top as well with your video coverage for tonight. Great team, Jamie. I mean, other than you, everything's going great.
Braden Kelly in at running back. Chambers rolls out left, looks into the flat. He's going to hit Mitchell Mills for a first down. He's going to be knocked out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. Got some other youngsters in the game now. Braden Hall in at wide receiver, freshman from Ferristown Middle School. Mitchell Mills, Ian Woods, R.J. Blair, and Braden Kelly round out the skill positions alongside quarterback Jackson Chambers.
Madison Southern, first down.
Chambers takes the snap, hands off to Kelly up the middle. He's going to cut back, and he's got a lot of space, and he's got a lot of speed, going to break away. One man to beat, tries to cut back across him, and he does. Going to be brought down around the 6-yard line. What a run from Braden Kelly. He hit the line of scrimmage and was gone before you knew it. Quality run, and this is one of those situations, John, I hope they let him put it in the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, this is what you love to see. You love to see your freshmen and sophomores stepping up and making big plays like that. And what that tells me is a couple years down the road, Southern's still going to be stacked at running back.
You got a lot of options out there. Kelly now steps up beside Chambers, and he is going to get the ball. He's going to break around left end and get in the end zone. Touchdown, Braden Kelly.
Great job by Braden Kelly. Sees a person in his face, breaks a move, and then jumps into the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles.
And I feel like we've said it, but I don't know if we can say it enough, John. This offensive line has played so well tonight. Just really done anything they wanted to do. There was one sack on Chambers earlier. Otherwise, Southern has moved the ball at will for the majority of this football game, and that's why they lead 47-0. Avery Davidson in for another extra point try. Snap. Another beautiful kick. 48-0. Madison Southern leads. We're going to go recharge thanks to Batteries Unlimited. Right back with more coverage here on WBON TV.
Looking for some fun this fall? The Galaxy Bowling Center has a league for you. No matter your skill level, you can come out, make some new friends, and have a great time. Call 624-4444 for details. Or, if you're more of a trivia person, Champions Bar and Grill has you covered every Tuesday, starting at 7 with great prizes and all-you-can-eat wings for only $19.99. Why go anywhere else? The Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill. Your ticket to fun just off I-75, exit 87 in Richmond.
It's the common thread that ties us together, making life better for everyone. At CVNB, that means better banking, better accounts and lending, better experiences, better schools and better communities. Better. It's what ties us together. CVNB. Bank better.
Back here on WBON TV, presented by Bishop Small Engine Repair of Richmond. I'm Jamie Boggs with John Bailey on the call as the Madison Southern Eagles are dominant here on a Friday night against the East Jessamine Jaguars. 48-0. Eagles lead as Corbin Kimball's about to kick it off. Alliteration aside, he kicks it deep, and it is going to roll into the end zone for a touchback.
Boy, I was a little afraid that guy for East Jessamine was going to touch that ball and end up with terrible field position, but he's able to move out of the way.
Or it stops at the 1.
Yeah.
And that may be a bigger problem. They're going to take over at the 20-yard line again. Going deep on the depth chart here, Joey Schwinger playing quarterback as a freshman here for the Jaguars, third-string quarterback. First two have been injured in this game. An already struggling Jaguars team facing even more of an uphill battle as they try to get on the scoreboard here. Under 10 minutes remaining, running clock, as the Eagles have dominated both sides of the ball. Now they're putting some young faces in the game, some new folks coming in to get some clock. I see Nash Wilder out there at corner. You mentioned Riley Causey coming in, the middle linebacker. Sweep out to the right. He's got some traction, some guys in front of him. Going to get a gain of about 8 yards is number 32, Amy Nicholson.
And Riley Causey on that tackle, finding his way out to the perimeter to bring down the ball carrier.
Again, I'm Jamie Boggs with John Bailey. Big thanks to our camera folks, Jacob Beck and Dawson Rule, as well as our producer, Gage Hill, for making this broadcast smooth and easy for us, where John and I can just sit and talk about football. Doubles each way for East Jessamine. Schwinger with the snap. He's going to hand it off again. It's going to be tackled in the backfield. for a loss of about 4.
Tackled in the backfield by Jackson Rigsby.
Gagisha on the carry. It's going to bring up 3rd and 7 for the Jaguars. Zach Smith in at safety for the Eagles. Looks like number 37, Jarrett Meganhart in at linebacker. 3rd and 7. Going to keep him on the ground, go to the sweep play that worked earlier. He's going to be hit.
Oh,
fumble.
ball comes out. Jackson Rigsby in again on that. He's able to hold the guy up while somebody else comes in, punches out the ball. Almost a turnover for the Eagles.
Another rush there by Nicholson of the Jaguars. Now they're going to be facing a 4th and 8 from their own 22-yard line.
4th and 8.
See what they decide here. Doesn't look like the punt team's coming in. Offense staying on the field as R.J. Blair goes back to receive a potential punt and or quick kick. 7.5 minutes remaining in the ball game as Southern looking to close out their first district win of the season to improve to a record of 2-5. Schwinger takes the snap. He's looking left, throws it deep over the middle. Nearly picked off by R.J. Blair, but Reeder comes down with it. Braden Hall is going to take him down from behind. Braden Hall with the tackle. Let me tell you.
What a play on 4th down.
Yeah.
That is not a call I make as a head coach. I punt that ball, get it away. But, man, 4th and 8, go for it. Heck of a pass and call, and then huge gain.
R.J. Blair thought he had it, but Reeder, who's had a couple other big catches, comes up huge and takes it from him. Reeder, 6'3", 210, was brought down there. I mentioned Braden Hall coming into the game, 5'8", 156. Brought the big man down much easier than I would have expected. Good job to Braden there. Bunch formation to the right, see if they keep it on the ground. They pitch it out once again. He's going to try to hurdle, but he's going to get taken down by Riley Causey. Gagisha on the carry again. It's going to bring up 2nd and 9 for the Jaguars. Just over 6 minutes remaining in the football game.
Braden Hall also in on that tackle for the Eagles, so a lot of young guys getting some experience.
So that was Nicholson on the carry there. Number 32 in white. Schwinger in the shotgun again. Looking to hand it off. Busted play, and he's going to be sacked for a loss of 5 by Riley Causey, as well as
Jackson Rigsby again. We've called his name quite a bit in this 4th quarter. Is that what your roster has, or have I been saying the wrong name?
What number do you have?
65, Jackson Rigsby is what I have.
That's who I have for 65, and that's who's out there. I thought it was 55. Good job, John.
Well, I do have binoculars, James.
Excellent point there. 5 minutes left to play. 3rd and 13. Doubles each way for Schwinger. Takes a snap, drops back. The lefty rolls out left, looking to get rid of it. He's going to get it in the air. It's going to come up short of any of his intended receivers, bringing up 4th and 13.
Doesn't mean anything for this team because 4th down seems to be when they turn on the heat.
Yeah.
Put the ball in the air.
Had a couple really good plays on 4th down. Looks like a lot of the offense is moving toward the sideline. The coach is saying, guys, get back out there. Did you see what happened last time?
If we're not going to punt the ball on our 20, we're certainly not going to punt the ball here.
Giving the call to Schwinger. Again, Reed, big target, big wide receiver, as well as number 4, Isaac Johnson out there.
Madison Southern's going to take a timeout to reevaluate what they're going to do.
We'll stay here and kind of process some of what's happening in the game. John, I'm very impressed with freshman Joey Schwinger coming out and just throwing the ball all over the field. And, you know, I seeing what I see now, I wish we had seen more of Justin Heisel because some of these receivers are legit big dudes.
Yeah, I mean, they're making plays when they need to. It's just not enough. They staying on the ground, staying pretty conservative, but they do have a guy with a cannon back there who can throw the ball down the field, and they've been quite successful with it tonight.
Yeah, it's just not been sustainable enough to get points on the board. Looks like we're going to be seeing another quarterback coming in here for Madison Southern. If and when they get the ball back. We're at 4.5 minutes remaining in the game with a running clock, so it's not a guarantee that they are going to get that back. If they do, it looks like we're going to see number 16, Zach Hazelwood, come into the game at quarterback. 4th and 13. Schwinger drops back, looks right. Complete pass, but he's going to be tackled out of bounds by Keaton Lopez.
That's going to be a turnover on downs, and Madison Southern is going to get the ball here late in the fourth quarter. 4 minutes, 11 seconds, clock's running.
On the 41-yard line. Braden Hall, Ian Woods, R.J. Blair in at receiver. Riley Causey in at running back. Zach Hazelwood getting the play on the sideline.
Going back to defense, man, I'm really impressed by Jackson Rigsby, young guy that got some playing time, and he was all over the place making plays.
Looks like they're going to get Jackson Chambers back in there for this next series as well. Hoping they get this play off. Looks like the play clock is not working, at least for what we're looking at. Chambers is going to step up, take the snap, and hand off to Causey. He's going to bust it up the middle. Break a couple tackles for an 8-yard gain, 9-yard gain. Great way to fall forward. Good momentum, good carry there by Causey.
Causey's another big man that's going to be some production for this team in the years to come. I don't think he has the size of Whitehead, but he is equally as hard to bring down.
2nd and 2 for the Eagles. 3 minutes remaining in the football game, again with a running clock. Chambers takes the snap, hands off to Causey again, right up the middle. He's going to break a couple more tackles, takes a good shot, but falls forward for another gain of 8 or 9. First down, Eagles.
Love watching Riley Causey run for 8 yards a play. It takes me back to coaching him at middle school. We would just feed him the ball, and he would run all over the place.
Always hard to bring him down.
He's also got hands, Jamie. He is a kid that, you could do a pass play, catch him in a check down or out in the flats, and he's going to get some yardage for you too. He's a dangerous kid to play for.
Chambers letting the clock run a little bit, just over 2 minutes left in the game. Takes the snap, another handoff to Causey. A lot of green space, breaks another tackle. He is averaging 9 yards a carry. Gets closer to 12 that time for another first down, Eagles. I know how proud you are of him. I know we talked to him just about before every ball game. Couldn't be a more humble, deserving kid out there.
I mean, I don't want to cry on air, man, but he still calls me coach. So I do love that kid, man.
Nash Wilder into the game on offense. Jackson Chambers still at the helm at quarterback. East Jessamine looking to stop this running game, try to get the ball back. 1.5 minutes left. Chambers watches the clock tick away. Takes the snap. Back to Causey, in and out move. Breaks another tackle. He gets about 7 that time.
A shorter run this time, but 7 still pretty good.
7 is acceptable.
We are down to less than a minute. I mean, selfishly, I want to see Riley Causey score a touchdown.
No, I think there's nothing wrong with that at all. As a former coach of his, a big fan of his, I know you are, and he's looking good, getting all these carries toward the end of the game. He's going to get probably one more before the clock strikes midnight on this East Jessamine Jaguars team. Chambers hands it off to Causey once again up the middle. A lot of traffic. Looks like the ball popped out. And East Jessamine comes up with it. They're going to take possession with 22 seconds left. Try to get another play off before this one's over. Once again, thanks to our producer, Gage Hill, cameraman, Jacob Beck, and Dawson Rule. With John Bailey, I'm Jamie Boggs, and the clock is about to run out here on the East Jessamine Jaguars as the Madison Southern Eagles put up their first district win of the season, 48-0, in a very impressive outing for the home team.
Good job all the way around tonight by Madison Southern. Came out strong in the first half, put up lots of points, and comes away with the win. Madison Southern winning their first district game of the year.
We're going to come back with a post-game show after a 3-minute break. You don't want to go away. We'll be right back on WBON TV.
Gateway Cycles in Mount Sterling has the largest showroom in central Kentucky with all the power sports products you can dream of for your next adventure. Gateway Cycles has a qualified, certified service department, friendly sales staff so you can ride free and play hard. Local people serving local people. We are here to make your dream a living adventure. Stop in and see us today at Gateway Cycles in Mount Sterling or visit us at gatewaycycles.com.
Need a physical for school or work? Need it right away? No problem. Berea Urgent Care has 2 convenient locations along with late hours to meet your needs. They're affordable too. Physicals at Berea Urgent Care only $20. DOT and CDL physicals are only $65. Berea Urgent Care number 1 by Walmart is open every day 9 to 9. Berea Urgent Care number 2 by Berea Drug open Monday through Friday 10 till 6. No appointment necessary. Berea Urgent Care, here when you need us.
To some, it's just a boat. But to Jim, it's his escape from meetings, traffic, and the grind of daily life. He may not catch any keepers, but he wouldn't trade his day on the lake for anything in the world. That's why his boat is insured by Kentucky Farm Bureau. But it's not just Kentucky's Farm Bureau. It's Jim's Recharge the Battery Farm Bureau. My Farm Bureau.
David Mayo, John Rader, and Chris Hornsby with Kentucky Farm Bureau.
Batteries Unlimited in Richmond can energize you when your batteries fade out. They can also cut and make most home and automobile keys, replace and program key fobs, and make copies of your house keys. Plus, cell phone screen repair. Bring in your Apple or Samsung today. We are your home for all batteries. Go see Chris at Batteries Unlimited, Commercial Drive in Richmond.
Welcome back to Madison Southern High School for the post-game show brought to you by Chenault Vineyard. Chenault Vineyard has become the go-to destination for families and friends to enjoy fun and entertainment in a relaxing atmosphere. See why so many people spend their weekends at Chenault Vineyards at ChenaultVineyards.com. The Madison Southern Eagles improved to 2-5 on the season, winning their first district game with a 48-0 romp of the East Jessamine Jaguars. John, it was a very impressive win on both sides of the ball for the Eagles.
Yeah, it really was, Jamie. Let's do some final stats brought to you by Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. At Jones Family and Cosmetics Dentistry in Berea, they work hard to help you get the beautiful, healthy smile that you deserve. Like them on Facebook to learn more about Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry of Berea. Jamie, going back to the first quarter, Etheridge scored first with a 4-yard run. Then defensively, Kate Sullivan comes up with a huge interception to get the ball back for the offense. Rodriguez is able to score a 4-yard touchdown in the second quarter, not before a big sack on third down. That was a great play.
Trenton Rose with the big sack there.
Trenton Rose. Etheridge scores again on the second quarter. That was a big run. He was able to break off down the left sideline and go in for the touchdown. And then, before the half, Cade Sullivan again. He had a big play that was called back on a penalty. They gave him the ball again, and he does a diving touchdown to get into the end zone. Then Sullivan again in the third quarter. After another play called back, Sullivan gets in. And then in the fourth quarter, Braden Kelly, a young man that you coached at middle school, does a huge run, scores on the next play to end the fourth quarter.
A lot of good action there by Madison Southern, spreading the ball around. Defense was solid for the entire game. And again, credit East Jessamine playing with third-string quarterback. Joey Schwinger comes out and has a really solid performance in his first stint of varsity action there. Let's get to our performance of the game presented by CT Diesel. Diesel Performance. Tonight's performance of the game is Jay Sean Etheridge. If you want your vehicle to perform like Jay Sean Etheridge, take it to CT Diesel Performance, located off exit 97 in Richmond. Chris Thorne and his staff service all vehicles, big or small. Like them on Facebook and take part in their monthly giveaways at CT Diesel Performance. Jay Sean Etheridge with 2 rushing touchdowns, some great defensive plays, will be our play of the game, and John's about to go chase him down if he can catch him and give him that player of the game t-shirt. Once again, thanks to Jacob Beck, to Dawson Rule with the fantastic camera work, thanks to Gage Hill with his production, and thanks to John Bailey. I'm Jamie Boggs, and we'll be back for more coverage of the Eagles next week. Thanks for tuning in today on WBON TV.